Hello YouTube, today we're going to be doing a Shattered Pixel Dungeon How to Win with the Duelist guide. This guide is aimed at people who maybe have 1 or 2 wins under their belt, but this is going to be a general low challenge guide. How to win the game with the Duelist. I'm going to explain all the Duelist game mechanics, go over the talents. I'm going to teach you how to identify scrolls, how to properly use potions, how to get the most out of alchemy, and strategies for every boss. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, and we play Shattered Pixel Dungeon on this channel 5 days a week, so stop by the stream sometime and see one of these guys getting recorded live. Without further ado, let's get started with Duelist Zero Challenge. So before we get started, I just want to explain the main mechanic behind Duelist is going to be the weapon ability. So if you take a look at the rapier that you start with, it actually has at the bottom it says has a lunge ability. So if you're 1 tile away from an enemy, you can actually use the weapon's ability to close that distance and deal damage to the enemy. And basically all of Duelist kit revolves around the different abilities you can get in weapons. And then Duelist starts with the Potion of Strength identified, which is really helpful. Knowing what the Potion of Strength is from the start really helps, as well as the Scroll of Mirror Image. It is less useful, but the scroll, it doesn't matter really, because having the Potion of Strength identified is actually like super helpful from the start. So each weapon that you get as the Duelist is going to have a different weapon ability, and as we find them, I'll go over them and teach you about it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So you can see I'm 1 tile away from this rat. If I press my hotkey for the rapier, which is 1, I can press it again, close that distance, boom, instant kill. It's not always an instant kill, but it is quite a powerful ability to start off with, and it can help you space yourself from enemies. So see, we have a sleeping snake. We could hit it directly with our throwing spike. Duelist is starting throwing weapon, but I'm going to go ahead and utilize this trap. So if you throw this spike onto the trap, it's not going to subtract any durability from my throwing spike, and it's going to kill that snake for free. So that's really good. And you see this this hallway looks very suggestive, like there might be a secret room on this hallway, but floor 1 never has any hidden rooms, so we're good to know that there's no hidden rooms. All right, we just got a potion, or we just got a scroll from a chest. This chest was not on a pedestal, so we know for a fact that whatever scroll's coming out of that chest is not going to be an upgrade scroll. We obviously have it identified because it's a scroll of identify, but say it was like a Kunan scroll, which we don't have identified, then because it's not on a pedestal, we know for a fact that it's not going to be an upgrade scroll. Yep, you can use traps to kill enemies. And then we find our Potion of Strength. The first Potion of Strength, I like to just drink that one right away. So the way the Potion of Strength is distributed throughout the dungeon is there's always a Strength Potion on floor 1 and 2, and then there's always a Strength Potion on between floor 3 and 4. So because I got my Strength Potion on floor 1, I know for a fact I'm not going to get a Strength Potion on floor 2. It could be, we could be waiting until floor 4 before we get our next Strength Potion, or we could get it on floor 3. Alright, so we got a Kunan scroll. Who knows what that might be? It could possibly be the upgrade scroll. Alright, so we have a snake here. He is aware of us, but obviously it's really hard to attack a snake. So the game suggests strike it just after it moves into a doorway, so we're going to go ahead and get that fall back, get that surprise attack on it. Alright, we failed to kill it, so luckily we have another door right behind us. Boom. Easy clap. The seeds that are dropping are going to be very helpful. Already we've got the Seed of Sungrass. This seed, it gives you basically a full heal. All it takes is just an exchange of turns for healing. So even if you're starving, that thing can heal you to full. All right, we got an albino rat. So we're going to be a bit careful around this. The albino rat is a more powerful version of the rat that can cause bleeding effects, so we want to take as little damage from this as possible. So I'm going to fall back, and again we can use this trap, but I don't quite want to use my throwing weapon against it. I want to keep those in my inventory, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw my Waterskin on it for now. And we'll go ahead and hit him with the throwing spike. And now we can actually loop him around this grass so that he loses sight of us. So if you just go ring around the grass once, twice, the rat is now on the other side, and we can actually target the rat even though we can't see it with our lunge ability. So let's go ahead and do that. Nice, got a good kill on him. All right, so albino rats always drop the meat, and that's really good. And we got the pasty. We have the 3 ingredients we have for the meat pie. That's really good. So I'll go over meat pie once we get to the alchemy table. Ooh, and we got a distant well room. I love jumpies. But before we jump down, we're going to go ahead and explore the rest of the floor. All right, there's pretty much nothing for us, so we're going to get ready to jump down. Now, jumping down is not always the best idea, but floor 1, early on into a run, it's really okay to risk it. So I'm going to go ahead and risk it. But before we do that, we're going to go over some of the talents. So there are 2 talents for the Duelist that I recommend that you upgrade to the max always. Number 1 is Aggressive Barrier. This gives you shielding if you're below 50% health whenever you activate your weapon ability. It could be a bit difficult with the lunge ability because you have to have spacing on your enemy, but most weapon abilities don't require any space at all. So this one's going to be super helpful in keeping your health up. Almost you can use your weapon ability for much as protection as it is damage. So I'm going to go ahead and put my first 2 talent points into that so I can go ahead and preserve as much health as possible. And then the next one I recommend that you upgrade is the Adventurer's Intuition. So this increases the rate at which you identify weapons and armor, and it lets you instantly identify weapons when you equip them. That's very helpful throughout the run, because even if a weapon is not upgraded, its weapon ability can be something very useful. And there's actually a tier 2 ability that duelists can get later. So you instantly instantly switch equipped weapons, and that's going to help out a lot. So we're going to go for that one. And then as far as you get 5 total talent points, so you can max 2 skills, and then you can put 1 point into another skill. As far as the final point, it really does not matter. It's up to you. Patient Strike just does a slight bit of bonus damage whenever you wait. I find that doesn't come into play as often as Strengthening Meal. This gives you bonus damage whenever you eat. So I always prefer to go for Strengthening Meal, but it's always up to you. All right, so we're ending floor 1. We already drank the Strength Potion. We know what it is, but there are no potion puzzles on this floor. You can tell what potions are based on the puzzles in the room, on the floor, I should say. There's always going to be a solution to a potion puzzle on the same floor. So if you see like a barricade that needs to be burned, you're always going to find a liquid flame. But because there's no puzzles, we don't really have any idea what these potions might be. And I'm thinking that the Scroll of Kunon could possibly be upgraded. All right, so we're going to get ready to jump down. You can tell this is a distant well room because of this distant well right here. So if you see this in the corner and you see like the floor is broken in this room, if you jump down this floor, there's going to be something waiting for you on the bottom. There's going to be a bone pile. All right, so we have a couple options. The best thing you can do is, jump down, immediately drink a healing potion to get your health back. Or you could land on it. You could jump down and throw a seed of Mage Royal, or drink a potion of cleansing, and that will clear your debuffs. Or you could even drink your dewdrops. We don't have anything like that, so we're just gonna raw dog it. We're gonna jump down. Boom. So before we do anything, we notice that we're both crippled and bleeding. We're gonna wait out both of those debuffs before we start moving. So we're gonna wait. All right, so the bleeding is gone, and then we're going to just wait out the crippled, because if we interact with this bone pile while we're crippled, bad things can happen. So let's go ahead and get close to it. So there's one thing to note about this bone pile. If you open the bone pile and it spawns a wraith, you know for a fact anything that comes from that bone pile is gonna be cursed. So let's see. All right, it's cursed. So the reason we waited until we're not crippled is we need a way to guaranteed kill this. Wraiths have really high evasion. So we need to make sure that we are able to make space, because one of the cool things about Duelist's weapon abilities is they're a guaranteed hit every time. So if we hadn't waited until we were done being crippled, this ghost would be able to follow us. But because we're not crippled, we actually have 1 turn to get away, and we can lunge, boom, easy clap. And you see, we got that aggressive barrier because we're below 50% health. All right, we got a scroll. A scroll of upgrade can never spawn in here. The crystal key will let us out of this door. And we got the alchemy kit. Alchemy kit's pretty cool. But we know for a fact it's cursed because the Wraith came out, and it actually has a red background letting us know it's cursed, and it says there's malevolent magic lurking, so we know for a fact that this is cursed. Scroll of Tiwaz came from this bone pile. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Okay, it was a Scroll of Retribution. I was hoping it would be a remove curse, but no, we're not going to get that lucky today. Wait out that debuff. So yeah, if you ever see one of these rooms where there's a crystal key and you can't figure out like how to get in there, you never found a crystal key, it's very likely you have to jump from above. If I was feeling feeling really scared, I could sit on the sungrass and heal before I leave here, but I'm feeling okay. It's only floor 2 and crabs haven't started spawning yet, so we're pretty much good. All right, we're gonna alert him using the throwing spike and let him get a little closer so we can lunge. All right, this is the exit room, and we're looking around. All right, we're not finding the ghost. Anywhere on floor 2, 3, and 4, we can find the sad ghost and we can do his quest. But he's not on floor 2, so we'll just continue on. All right, so we have 2 gnolls, and one of them's seen us, so we have a couple options. We can just go ahead and start throwing our weapons. We could even, we could probably kill this one. So let's go ahead and try to kill this one with our lunge. All right, no good. We'll just fall back, get a surprise attack with our throwing weapon, and we got a snake. Oh, sad. We got to fall back again. Okay, we got lucky. We were able to hit that snake twice. Sometimes you can get lucky. All right, so we have this chest right here. but it's looking a little sussy. It's looking like a little sussy chest. So you can tell a chest is a mimic by the subtle animation there is. But there are some items you can get in the game that will actually remove that animation and make it harder to tell which enemies are, or which chests are mimic. So the number one guaranteed way you can always tell if something is a mimic is you can click on the magnifying glass and then click on the chest. And you see there's a green health bar. Whether you have Mimic Tooth, which is the item that removes that animation or not, the green health bar always denotes whether something is a mimic or not. So, oh, there's a rat. Take care of him. And we can actually get the drop on him. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw our Waterskin. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to activate this mimic first. I think if I throw the Waterskin onto this trap, it might hit me because it doesn't know that that mimic is an enemy. I'm not sure. So I'm actually going to throw the toolkit. I'm going to throw the shuriken. The shuriken is a unique throwing weapon because the first time you throw a shuriken, it's actually instant. It's got a cooldown. So this cost me no turns. So normally he would have had a chance to move towards me, but because the shuriken first throw is instant, he's not going to have a chance to move towards me. And I'll demonstrate that by throwing another shuriken. Boom, and he's actually able to move towards me. Now I'm going to throw this alchemist toolkit at this trap, get a little bit of free extra damage, and then we can finish him off with this. Nice. He dropped 2 rings. Holy schmoly. 2 rings. All right, so I'm a greedy little guy. I like to go ahead and use my scroll of identify on the rings. Ring of evasion. It is what it is. It's kind of a decent ring. I have a whole video explaining every ring, how to identify the rings, how to best utilize the rings, when to upgrade the rings on my channel. I'll go ahead and link that up there in the little corner, up there. But yeah, check that out. And if you want to know more about each ring individually. We're going to continue on. I'm a little bit scared. Equipping a ring that you don't have identified can be quite dangerous. And I have a feeling that this is an upgrade scroll. So I would go ahead and risk equipping this ring if I knew that I had to remove, if I thought maybe I had to remove Curse Scroll, but I'm pretty sure that I don't. All right, so this is what I was talking about earlier. So there is a barricade here. This is Examine. It says Might It Burn. We know for a fact that we're definitely 100% going to be finding a potion of liquid flame on this floor. So these 2 potions we got on floor 1. So we know for a fact that they're likely not liquid flame. I mean, coincidentally, they could be liquid flame, but it's going to be a potion on this floor that's going to be our liquid flame. Okay, yeah, see, we got a crimson potion, and we already had one. It's just a coincidence that we found it. But we're going to go ahead and search the rest of this floor and find all the potions. All right, looks like we finished. We have a locked door down here, and we didn't find the key because it's going to be behind this barricade. All right, so let's go to the barricade. There are a lot of different options for blowing up this barricade. You can use a Stone of Blast, you can use a Seed of Fire, you can use Wand of Disintegration, you can use a Wand of Fire Blast, you could even use a bomb. But right now our only option is to go ahead and throw this Crimson Potion. Boom. Yep, knew it. All right. So we got a Beehive, Intuition, Ice Eyes. All right. Ice Eyes. Could it be a Remove Curse Scroll? Let's go ahead and use our Stone of Intuition. So Stone of Intuition is really helpful. You get 2 uses out of it. You can use it and then select a scroll or a potion, and you can try to guess what it is. Remove Curse, possibly? It's not a Remove Curse scroll. Right, so I don't feel super safe equipping this ring still. All right, we got a rat. We can go ahead and hit him with the dart to get a little extra free damage on him. We'll go ahead and check out what our room is. Ooh, nice, dude. Leather armor and a short sword. All right, so we have this magic catalyst is on a trap. The gateway trap always takes you to the same spot. So because the magic catalyst is also on it, I'll step on it and it will teleport me with the magic catalyst. You can see it came with me. All right, the magic catalyst is what you use to make your trinket. Oh wait, that's the up floor. All right, we'll go ahead and go down. So we're starting to get hungry. I always try to either use potions of purity or meat pies, which I'll explain later, to manage my hunger. But we're gonna have to eat a ration. So floor 3 is when things start to get dangerous. So right now we have 11 strength, and either one of these things could be cursed. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my aggressive barrier. So I'm a little scared to equip them, and I don't necessarily want to use an upgrade on them. So in order to fend off the rats, the crabs, I'm gonna go ahead and eat and keep my health full. We're gonna step on as much grass as we can because we don't have any upgraded weapons or armor. I want to be able to have that water skin available to heal me against crabs. Frost trap, very helpful. We might come back to that frost trap later. All right. Always utilize your throwing weapons. Throwing weapons aren't that precious, to be honest. All right, and it looks like there's a hidden door here. You can really tell in these bookshelf rooms if there's a hidden door. If you ever see it with the bookshelf stops like this, we're gonna go ahead and search. Oh my god, hidden alchemy room is so goated. All right, so there's always at least one rare potion in an hidden alchemy room. I'm gonna drop this. It could be a levitation, a purity, or an experience potion, and I really hope that one of these is levitation. Nope. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to these two because I'm not sure what they are. But right now, we got early alchemy. That's really awesome. So what we can do is we can combine a ration with a any kind of meat, cooked or not, and a pasty, and it creates the meat pie. What the meat pie does is it fully cures your hunger and prevents you becoming hungry for 400 turns and heals you over time. So the number one way you want to be managing your hunger is by eating meat pies or using potions of purity, upgrading them into potions of cleansing. Those are going to be your main ways of managing your hunger. And then in the times between when you have one of those items, you want to be using rations here or there to restore your hunger. All right, so I'm pretty confident Kunan scroll is going to be our scroll of upgrade. And we have two scrolls of mirror image. I'm not super interested in hanging on to those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those into stones to make room in my inventory. If I needed to later on, I could energize those. So we'll see if we need to. But I'm also going to make a random potion out of these seeds that I don't need. All right, this is probably levitation. Nope, invisibility. Okay. Invisibility, I don't really care about that. So this turquoise potion is most likely going to be one of the rare potions. It could be experience, it could be levitation, it could be purity. So I want to hang on to that. And we have enough energy to make our trinket. We have our 4 trinket choices. Out of these options, I'm not thrilled with any of these options, but as far as trinkets go, most trinkets are not make or break. So it doesn't really matter too much what trinket you choose, but just choose whichever one is going to complement whatever build you have at the time, or whichever one you like the most. So Mimic Tooth, what it does is it increases the chances for mimics to spawn and makes it harder for them to spawn. Or sorry, makes it harder for them to be seen. So Mimic Tooth is pretty good. It gets you a lot of loot and a lot of money, but it's also quite dangerous. Oblivion Shard, the more unidentified items that you have equipped, the more loot will drop. So it's this one I don't like dealing with that much, but you can still identify your items. You just have to activate the shard to do that. And then Parchment makes enchantments on items and weapons more likely. This one can be pretty powerful, especially if you can quickly identify enchanted items because they sell for more. And then Chaotic Sensor shoots out random gas every now and then. This one is quite annoying to play around, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm going to go for the Mimic Tooth because I'm greedy. And I'm going to go ahead and let's just energize this Jade Potion. We energize it and it reveals what it is to us. It's a paralytic gas. So I'm going to use that extra energy to upgrade my Mimic Tooth. So now there's a 25% chance to spawn the Ebony Mimic, and regular Mimics are 2 times more likely to spawn. So this takes effect every floor after the one you get it on. All right, so we have our second potion of strength. Very good. This is a green fire room. You need to use a potion of frost to get past this, but there are some other alternatives. If you have a frost one, you can just shoot the wall. If you have an Aqua Brew, which is not something we have access to right now, you can throw it against there. Also, if a frost potion happens to spawn. All right, we got another Mimic. We can tell because of that subtle animation. You can see his mouth opening. Examine him, green health bar, but it doesn't say the text about it being suspicious because we have the Mimic Tooth. Scroll of Rado. These piranhas are extremely dangerous, so, just be cautious when you approach. Whew. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to pop this scroll. It's teleportation. I was hoping that it would be a remove curse scroll. All right, so crabs are some of the most dangerous enemies in the game. They move extremely fast, so you want to kind of pull out all stops for crabs. So I'm going to throw my shuriken. Oh, he dodged it, and it used my instant cooldown. I probably should have used my weapon ability against him. So snakes are really hard to hit in general. This snake is 1 tile away from us, so I'm going to go ahead and use my weapon ability. Boom. Not only is it going to kill the snake, but it's also going to give us a bit of barrier. So that's one of the good things when you're melee fighting something, multiple enemies. I'm going to go ahead and equip my Adventurer's Intuition. All right, and then we have flies. So the flies, you actually do want to let them split up a little bit because a split fly has less health than a fly that's not split. So before we back ourselves into this hallway, I'm going to split them. Twice. All right, we'll fall back. Every time you split a fly, the new fly that spawns, you can have a chance to get a surprise attack on them. So that's a pretty helpful mechanic. I'm going to fall back through this door to get a surprise attack on him. Let them split up. Easy peasy. All right, and you see this fly dropped a potion. Flies 100% always drop healing potions. That is the only potion that flies can drop. So we know for a fact that the silver potion is healing potion. I'm going to fall back one. All right, and now I have enough space to go ahead and get my lunge. Let's lunge again. All right, we had too much health to be able to get the barrier, but that's fine. Oh. Hidden teleport trap. All right, we can't forget about that mimic. Don't let me forget about that mimic. I wanna go ahead and go for that mimic, but only once I have more charges. All right, so we have a scroll of teleportation, a scroll of Yungui. These rooms, it's kind of up to you what you choose out of these rooms. The supplies versus the chest. This chest will drop basically everything but weapons, so weapons and armor. So you can get a ring, an artifact, or a wand out of these chests. So if you need some of those things, this is a good place to get it. That's a healing potion we know because it dropped from flies. That's scroll of teleportation, and then this is probably a rare scroll. It could be like a lullaby or a transmutation, but early on I like to go for the chest. Later on I'll take the supplies. All right, so this is the Timekeepers Hourglass. That's an extremely good artifact, and the way you upgrade the Timekeepers Hourglass is by purchasing the sandbags of time from the shop. But they will only spawn in the shop if you have equipped the Timekeeper's Hourglass before you generate the shop. So we need to make sure before we go to that shop, we need to make sure that we are have equipped it so that we can get a chance to upgrade it. Because once that shop generates without those sandbags, we just lost our ability to get it. Saw a snake going over there. All right. So now we know for a fact that this Bister potion is going to be our Frost potion because it's the only potion we found on this floor. We don't count the hidden alchemy room potions because puzzle necessary potions do not spawn in hidden rooms. So we're going to go ahead and throw this within our line of sight. So go ahead and identify it. Be careful if the room is filled with water like this. If you step in this chill zone and into the water at the same time, you will get frozen and that could burst potions in your pocket. All right, so now we have 12 strength. So now I know for a fact that I can equip this sword and this leather armor. I'm just gonna equip them and just pray that they're not cursed. Let's do that. All right, we have Adventurer's Intuition 1. Dang it, it's cursed. All right, let's go ahead. All right, our leather armor is not cursed. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and what is it cursed with? Annoying short sword. That's not the end of the world. Nice. So every weapon has its own unique ability. I really enjoy the short sword. It gets Cleave. It's just kind of like a harder hit, but when you cleave an enemy and you kill an enemy with Cleave, it gives you the special buff. You can use it again for free within 5 turns, and it's instant. So I have 0 charges, but I can go ahead and use it again because it's the nature of Cleave. All right. So we're getting pretty hungry, but good thing we made that meat pie earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and eat the meat pie, and it's going to give us the well-fed buff. 450 turns of well-fed. Let's go. So that means our hunger is not going to go down for another 450 turns. That's incredible. All right, we know that this is a mimic, so let's go ahead and get an advantageous position on him. We'll throw a weapon at him. Let's throw another one at him for good measure. All right, we'll go ahead and lead him into some surprise attacks. We'll bam. Easy clap. All right, he dropped money. And another Ring of Evasion. Holy schmoly, dude. All right, let's hope we find some remove curse scrolls. We really need that. This floor seems unusually large, so that was a feeling, a floor feeling. You'll see a little message down there. There are a couple different feelings. There's like a trap floor, a many secrets floor, chasm floor, vegetation floor, water floor. Unusually large just means it's about 2 times the size, and you'll find double the amount of food on this floor, so that's really good. All right, our inventory is super full, but luckily we found a pit. Let's go ahead and deal with this crab. But when you're on floor 4, or any floor before boss fight for that matter, you can go ahead and throw things down the pit, and they'll be down there waiting for you. Nice, we got a natural +1 on our sword. Go ahead and throw down this Ring of Evasion. I know I'm not going to equip it right now, or use it right now. And we need to keep an eye out for our Ebony Mimics too. Ebony Mimics are special powerful forms of mimics that can spawn on top of anything. So there'll be a suspicious outline. That was the effect of my cursed weapon. It summons nearby enemies. So we just need to keep an eye out. All right, our armor is not upgraded. That's fine. I know for a fact that this Kunon scroll is going to be our remove curse. So we know. Oh, sorry, is it upgrade? because we have 3 of them. All right, so the Caustic Slime, we need to make sure that we fight this guy in water. Because he applies the Caustic Ooze debuff, which can only be disabled by stepping in water. So make sure you're fighting those guys in water. They ran off with our throwing weapons. So yeah, getting a +1, natural +1 weapon early on is super helpful. Unupgraded leather armor is fine. And we have not encountered the Sad Ghost yet. So I usually like to wait until I found the Sad Ghost before I go ahead and use my upgrade scrolls. But if you need to use your upgrade scroll on a weapon to make it, or armor to make it through floor 3 and 4, then do it. You know, using 1 upgrade scroll to make it past the sewers, super worth it. All right, so now here's our final skill point. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into Strengthening Meal, but if you feel like Patient Strike works better for your playstyle, then by all means do it. All right, we got a Hidden Garden Room. Hidden Garden Rooms, what they do is they give you the Shadowmeld debuff, which means you gain, your hunger goes down at a slower rate when in this room. This is also a really good room to fight things in because you can get continual surprise attacks against them. I'll demonstrate it on these flies. So we go back, boom. Because every step you take, you're gonna be continually hidden. Boom, so I can just surprise attack everything. All right, so we got the Sad Ghost. The Sad Ghost is always in the exit room of whatever floor he's gonna spawn. Oh, there was an Ebony Mimic. Okay, so yeah, I did not notice that. On top of that money was a suspicious outline. It's gonna be the Ebony Mimic. He is a very powerful mimic, but he often drops extra loot. So we have a really good spot to fight him in. We're just gonna ring around this grass. The ghost is in our way, so we're gonna go around. And we're gonna continually surprise attack him. You can just loop around the grass. Boom, easy clap. Another short sword. All right, so the ghost quest is always the same depending on what floor that you find him on. Someone mentioned also throwing things down. Make sure you don't throw down potions because those will break. I'm just gonna step down here and drop things. Things like beat pots will break. Hopefully this Timekeeper's Hourglass is not cursed, bro. It's not. Sweet. All right. So I like to put that on my hotbar, the Timekeeper's Hourglass. I'll explain that the first time that I use it, so not to load you down with too much information. All right, we know this short sword is not cursed because it dropped from a mimic, Ebony Mimic, and it's got the blue background. All right, let's see if this. Nope, Scroll of Energy. It's not remove curse. Again, back to the Sad Ghost quest. The Sad Ghost quest is always the same, depending on what floor you find it in. Oh, he also dropped a quarterstaff. Nice. On floor 4, it's going to be the Great Crab always. The Great Crab, you're required to get surprise attacks against him in order to deal damage. Floor 3 is the Gnoll Trickster, and floor 2 is always the Fetid Rat. The good thing about the Great Crab is that he always drops 2 crab meat, which are helpful meat pie ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and cleave him. Then we're going to cleave this crab with our free cleave. Let's go ahead and cleave again. Boom. Boom. I didn't save my cleave. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna wait behind this door. Boom. Wait behind the door. The crab moves quite slowly, so you have plenty of time. Make sure you're looping him around something. Oh my gosh, we've got so much meat. Alright, let's go ahead and see what the ghost got for us. Right now we're looking for armor because our weapon is pretty decent actually. But our armor is kind of cheeks. What do you got for us? Alright, so depending on what the ghost gives you, these are always the same level of upgrade. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a reward. So let's say this is a +1 mail armor. This is going to be a +1 sickle. So I have enough upgrade scrolls. If this is +1, then I can use 2 upgrade scrolls to make it +3. The sickle does have a really good ability, but right now I'm going to go for armor. +1 chainmail armor. Perfect. This is amazing, incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and pop 2 of my upgrade scrolls and get us up to +3. A +1 armor reduces the strength requirement by 1. A +3 armor and reduces the strength requirement by 2. So I can actually take this 14 strength requirement armor and bring it down to a 12 strength requirement armor. So now we have really good armor, especially going into the next zone, and we can inscribe it. Go ahead and, because we're gonna keep this armor for a while. Mail armor brimstone. We're immune to fire. This is a really good. We got a really good setup. I'm gonna throw some more stuff down because our inventory is super full and we're not even done exploring this floor yet. All right, so this is a trap floor room. You have to pretty much search every tile in this room, but there are tiles where traps cannot spawn. Any tiles with these embers or any kind of like grass or floor decorations, like these green spots, will not spawn traps. So we're safe there. Any tiles that have items on them will also not spawn traps. All right, so because we have the Mimic Tooth, this could be a Mimic, so we need to examine it. Yep, see, it's a Mimic, and it doesn't have that subtle animation anymore because we have Mimic Tooth. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to see if one of these tiles around it could be possibly a trapped tile by non-throwing weapons. Let's see if we can get lucky. All right, we're not able to burn it, so we kind of got to raw dog it. All right, so let's go ahead and we can lure him into a trap still. So let's go ahead and throw a throwing weapon at him. Come on, stupid. All right, gonna make sure we're. This is gonna burn in a 3x3 tile radius around us, so make sure that we're out of that radius and he's in it. There you go, he's burning. Help us deal a little extra damage. Nice. Scroll of Laguz and a round shield, another healing potion. All right, hopefully the Scroll of Laguz is remove curse. Nope. Is Ice has remove curse? Nope. Gosh, everything but remove curse today. All right, so this door is inaccessible unless we hit it with the go. And this should be our actual alchemy room. Invisibility potion, potion of frost, some energy. We have +3 chainmail armor. Anything in the sewers basically cannot deal damage to us anymore. All right. We have 1 upgrade scroll. So we know the silver potion is healing. The golden potion is potentially something good. So there's always a remove curse scroll in the shop. So we're going to wait until we get to the shop. Yep, throw my last shuriken, break it, I don't care. So we're going to go ahead and we don't need to do alchemy right now because I do plan to equip this alchemist kit, which lets us do alchemy anywhere instantly for 0 turns. All right, so this is a potion of purity room. So I have a feeling that this golden potion is going to be a potion of purity, which is insanely good. So the potion of purity room, I highly recommend actually not using the potion of purity to enter this room. The damage you take is not that bad. So we're going to go ahead and loot these chests without using the potion of purity, which I believe would be the golden potion. So one thing that's really good is that I have the Timekeepers Hourglass. You have 2 options. You can freeze time around yourself, or you can put yourself in stasis. Putting yourself in stasis freezes your character, and it makes you invisible to nearby enemies, and it also cures debuffs. But right now we're going to use the freeze time around me. So we're going to freeze time around me. That way I don't have to inhale any of this gas. Grab all the loot. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but it's okay. It's nothing that we can't manage. But yeah, potions of purity are extremely valuable for curing hunger. So I think it's a better value to go ahead and just take the damage in that room rather than use the potion of purity. All right, then there's our XL floor. We're ready to take on the goober. All right, we got a little mini goo preview right here. Yep, Alchemist Toolkit is really good if you upgrade it early. All right, so we have a lot of crap on the floor. We'll come back for that after the boss. So we have a skill point to put into tier 2. I'm not going to get too much into tier 2 abilities right this second, but there are some really good abilities depending on your build. Number 1, I always recommend taking is Focused Meal. The first line of this, eating food takes the duelist 1 turn. So right now, eating food takes 4 turns, but bringing that down to 1 turn is very helpful. It reduces the chances of enemies sneaking up on you while you're eating. So I always recommend putting at least 1 point into this skill. Duelist is very good because it gives you weapon charge on your weapon ability. And I always like to go +2 on this ability, but we're going to put it on +1 for now. That's the one I always do first. And then I'll go into more depth later on when we're in the prisons about this tier 2 abilities. All right, so we found the Goose boss room. You can tell it's the boss room because of the wood around the water in the middle. So we have alerted the goo. So now we've locked the floor. So now the floor is locked, and what that means is we can't leave the floor, but it also means we can't take any hunger. All hunger and regeneration effects are kind of disabled outside of dealing damage to the boss. So now we have basically unlimited time to look around this floor, which is good because what we're looking for in this floor is there's always a hidden room with the Rat King in it. And that Rat King's hidden room is always going to give you a bunch of free gold. So we want to just avoid goo for now while we search for the Rat King. It can be pretty difficult to find the Rat King depending on the layout. But Rat King, one of the rules of Rat King is that he never spawns in this starting room. And hidden rooms can never be behind these wall decorations, so the fact that there's a hole in this wall means that a hidden room can never spawn behind one of those. Oh, he caught us. Alright, so we're going to try to lose him. Let's see. We don't have any grass to ring around. We're looking for 2 doors that are close together. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to lose the goo. I don't have... I do have the... I have a seed of Swift Thistle, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it right here. I'm going to step on it and it gives me instant movement for 6 turns. So I'm just going to run away. All right, there we go. Goo's lost us. All right, so now we're just going to go every 3 tiles and search for the Rat King. And the reason we're doing this during the boss battle while the floor is locked is because this is not costing us any hunger to search for these walls. All right. Always keep an eye on where the doors are moving. You can kind of see where the goo is based on what doors open. No matter how far away you are from an enemy, you can always see him opening doors. Awesome, we found it. Rat King, and now, while the floor is still locked, the Rat King does not mind if you steal his loot. But yeah, free money. And the Rat King always spawns. Sometimes it's really hard to find. Alright, now we're ready to fight goo. Ideally, there's going to be a piece of grass next to some water that you can spin around, but we don't have it. We can tell that goo is right here because the door is open, but we don't have that. One thing you want to keep in mind is that goo heals when he's in water, but you also have to step in water to remove the debuff that he gives you. So the best way to deal with him is to hit him with surprise attacks, or hit him inside doors, so when he starts charging up, you can run away from him. All right, so we're going to hit him. He's charging up, and what we can do is we can go through this door, instantly stops his charging attack. All right, we're doing fine so far. All right, he's charging up. We're gonna go around the corner. Boom, stops his attack. We have 2 turns of his charge up, so we're by this door. If we need to fall back, all right, fall back. Go around the corner. Boom, stops his charge attack. Well, bam. All right, and I'm pretty sure I can deal 2 damage as long as I don't miss. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so now we have to hit him or we're taking a bunch of damage. So good thing Duelist has her guaranteed hit on her attack on a weapon ability, so I'm going to go ahead and cleave him. Boom, get clapped, idiot. Easy. Now we've defeated Goo. Let's see if he's got anything in his grass. Nope. All right. So before we go down, we have to take special consideration for our Timekeepers Hourglass. If we have not equipped it, now is the time. If we don't equip it, then the sandbags will not spawn in the shop. The only way you can get the upgrades on this Timekeepers Hourglass is buying those sandbags from the shop. And then also, you can manipulate what bag you get based on how many items are in your inventory. So the bag you get from the shop will always be the one that saves you the most space. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potions and only 1 scroll. I'm guaranteed to get the potion holder because I have more potions than scrolls and throwing weapons. Let's say for some reason I wanted the throwing weapon holster right now. I could drop all of my potions, all of my scrolls, and go downstairs with just the throwing spike in my inventory, and I will guaranteed get the wand holster. But right now I'm fine with getting the potion bandolier. So let's go ahead and go down. And that works on every shop floor. So just make sure you keep that in mind if you have a particular holster that you want to get. All right, here we are at the shop. So there is our bag of magic sand that we buy for the Timekeepers Hourglass. We'll go ahead and buy this potion bandolier. Definitely want that. All right, Yungui, identify, gift you, teleportation. All right, so there is guaranteed always a remove curse scroll in the shop. So there's either Gifu or Yungui is going to be remove curse. One of them is magic mapping, and one of them is remove curse. So I kind of have to take a gamble on which is which. All right, indigo potion, charcoal potion, silver potion. We know is healing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to take a gamble. So let's go ahead and buy the scroll of Yungui. All right, and let's leave the shop. Never test scrolls inside the shop because you could possibly get a scroll that will damage the shopkeeper, like Scroll of Retribution, and if you damage the shopkeeper, he will leave and take all of his items with him. So let's go ahead and read this. All right, cleanse an item, perfect. All right, so now I have the Alchemist Toolkit. I can equip that and begin charging, and that lets me do alchemy whenever I want. All right, and I also want to buy the bag of magic sand. When you buy it, it automatically upgrades your Timekeeper's Hourglass, gives you more charges. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm going to sell the shield. I don't care about it. All right, I really would like to cleanse my weapon as well. All right, we got to go back. Only 1 sand. Oh, well. Got to go back and pick up all of our crap we left on the ground. We left a lot of crap on the ground. All right. And our alchemist toolkit is already charged up. So sell this. All right, I want to identify these rings. I guess I really don't care about the ring of evasion. It could be cursed. So that could be bad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy the scroll of identify. And because we have the alchemy kit, we can go ahead and hit brew, and we can pull that up and go ahead and instantly turn this into stones. And let's go ahead and identify some of our potions. I have a feeling that this golden potion is gonna be our cleansing potion. Nice, potion of purity, super awesome. So what we can do is we can upgrade these potions of cleansing, or sorry, potions of purity into potions of cleansing, and that is really good because it's gonna completely remove our hunger. So I'm gonna wait until my health is down a little bit before I go ahead and drink one of those potions to remove my hunger. And at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and just sell my throwing spike because I want the inventory. 5 gold doesn't matter. One thing to keep in mind is that the Stone of Augmentation and the Arcane Stylus are really good. If you augment your armor for defense in the prisons and then evasion on, it really helps you out later on in the game in higher challenge modes. Diana's experience, you think? Let's go ahead and see. Nope. Did we know what levitation looks like? All right, it might be levitation. Nope. All right, so it's not experience, it's not levitation. That means I really don't care about what it might be, so I'm gonna go ahead and energize it just to identify it. Toxic gas. Oh well. All right, so there's something special about this room. So entrance rooms always have 2 unlocked doors, not including the shop. So because there's only 1 door and 1 shop door, I know that there's a hidden door on this in this room. Boom, found it right away. So that's just a fun little fact. Doesn't make much difference which way you go first. It's the rest of the level, it's just hidden door. All right, so skeletons can be quite dangerous. The skeletons explode on death and it deals damage to you. Not a huge deal for me. Oh, nice. Summon a curse wraith. So what I can do is I can actually cleave this guaranteed hit, and now I have 5 turns of cleave. Boom. Oh, nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and cleave him for free. Because that bone pile dropped a wraith, we know for a fact that that was a cursed wand that we just pulled out of there. And we got another shield. I'm not super interested in using that. Oh, we got a rare enemy, a crazy bandit. The purple bandits are rare and usually drop rings or artifacts. So let's see what we can get out of him. All right, his health is kind of low, so I'm going to cleave and see if I can get the free cleave. Nice. Let him come up to me, and then I'm going to hit him with the free cleave. Oh, shoot, he crippled me. All right, we don't want to let him get to... He stole my Wand of Lightning. So bandits can only steal things that are not upgraded. So we know for a fact that that is not upgraded. He poisoned me and crippled me and blinded me. Okay, so if he gets too far away from us, he's going to get away with our Wand of Lightning, and I would rather that not happen. I don't have anything. Unfortunately, I could use the Timekeepers Hourglass to get around. Nice, he didn't go anywhere. But the skeleton was in my way. All right, so let's go ahead and freeze time around me. Get up to him. Cleave! Nice, he dropped a ring. Kind of a bad situation. All right, cool. We're fine. Oish. All right. We'll go ahead and apply our weapon talent. All right, so another one I really like is Lethal Haste. This makes it so you get instant movement, 3 to 5 turns of instant movement when you kill an enemy with a weapon ability. So I do have a weapon ability that kills, like the Cleave, and Cleave plus Lethal Haste is such a good combination. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade that. I'm gonna put 2 points into Lethal Haste, always, almost always. If I had a defensive weapon ability, like let's say the Quarterstaff, then I wouldn't put points into that yet. All right, so we can kind of see, this is the effect of our Mimic Tooth right here. You can see there's kind of a weird outline. There's a suspicious outline around this. There seems to be something here, but it's almost totally transparent. This is the Ebony Mimic, but currently I don't have any throwing weapons, so I don't have any way to interact with him in a safe manner. You can use your weapon ability. All right, there we go. I have a weapon ability charge. I want to go ahead and activate my weapon ability and target him. Boom. Make sure we... his surprise attacks hurt a lot, so we want to make sure we do not get caught off guard like we did last time. Holy schmoly, he dropped a Force Cube. Force Cube's a really good throwing weapon, but obviously I'm not strong enough to use it for a while. All right, we have Mimic Tooth. All right, that's actually a gold chest. We can tell there's no health bar there. That's how we know it's not a Mimic. Identify scroll, cool beans. Fly. But yeah, our +3 chainmail armor makes us godlike to these flies. I'm pretty sure the flies can't deal any damage to us. All right, easy clap. We got a key, we'll come back for that gold key. Golden mimics often drop extra rare stuff. Oh, bro stole my Ankh. Rude. If you lose sight of a thief for too long, he will get away with whatever he stole from you. So make sure thieves that steal something valuable from you are priority number 1. And thieves can never steal something that's upgraded from you either, so keep that in mind. Like if that thief took my quarterstaff, I would know that quarterstaff is not upgraded. Nice money room. All right, finishing up this floor. These teleportation traps, once you've explored the floor completely, these teleportation traps can actually be used. You can step in them, and there's a good chance that they'll bring you close to a hidden door. That time it didn't. All right, leather armor, don't need that at all. Welcome. Very good luck, nice live. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button. Welcome to the stream. Whoa. Cool. All right, we're gonna run back to the shop before we run down. All right, so we have greater haste, which is our lethal momentum, instant movement, so we can run around. But look at that, that cleave is not going down while we use our instant momentum, so we can get from enemy to enemy while that cleave is still active. That's such a good combination. Dude, this cursed weapon is really annoying. Hopefully we find a remove curse scroll soon, so we can try out some of our other weapons. The reason I'm hanging on to this quarterstaff and this other sword is because they could be upgraded. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my lethal haste to level 2. Really like that skill. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this and this. Honestly, I don't care about this other ring of evasion. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that. So let's go ahead and use our identify scroll on one of these. Ring of sharpshooting +1. Holy schmoly. That would be so good if I had some throwing weapons. Ring of sharpshooting makes throwing weapons much stronger. But right now I have no throwing weapons, so it is what it is. I mean, I have this force cube, but that is way out of my league right now. I have 1,000 gold. This scroll of gift view, typically this floor always has a scroll of magic mapping, so I'm pretty confident that that is a magic mapping scroll. So will I buy it? I mean, I could. I'm not gonna buy it. Oh well. Could buy the healing potion if I wanted, but I have plenty. All right, my health is about 50%, so I'm gonna go ahead and drink this cleansing potion. Boom, no more starving. And you'll see we already have 5 food, so if you're struggling with food, the tip about the meat pie and the potion of purity is super helpful. You're gonna see by the end of this, we're gonna have so much food. Buy the tip darts. Tip darts is definitely a good thing to buy, but I usually don't. All right, so right now, our Waterskin is full. You can use that to bless an Ankh, or you could use it to heal. I like to go ahead and bless my first Ankh, and just keep one blessed Ankh at a time, and then use the overfilled Waterskin to collect the dewdrops to heal myself or to manage my hunger. What up? Shuriken is pretty powerful with follow-up strike on Duelist. That is true, because Shuriken can get that instant strike. All right, so this prison guard chains me. When the prison guard pulls you by the chains, he can actually cripple you. So I have a couple of options now. I can straight up fight him, but I don't really want to, because I don't want to spend a bunch of health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Timekeepers Hourglass. I'm going to put myself in stasis. See, it deleted my debuff, and it also made me invisible to him. So he just kind of wandered off, which is good. Good for me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my strength potion. All right, I like to drink my strength potion and keep my strength at 13 for a while. So I'll show you why I keep my strength at 13 in a little bit. All right, we got a chest, examine it. All right, it's not a mimic. No health bar, not a mimic. Scroll of gift view, that's gonna be our magic mapping most likely. So I'm gonna put a note on that and put MM. Magic mapping, keep that for later. All right, scroll of upgrade, cool. I wish I had some throwing weapons, dude. Or non-cursed wand. All right, so we killed him, and we have our 6 turns of haste. Boom. Get him with the free attack. All right, all right. Come on, come on, come on. Dude, he is Jason Bourne. All right. Another scroll of upgrade. All right, we have that DM100 heading towards us. So those robots can zap you at range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait behind the door and wait for him to close the distance himself. Get this skeleton's health down a little bit low. Hit him with the cleave, and then hit him with the free cleave. Boom, boom, bam, bam. All right. Ooh, look at that key. Nothing suspicious about that key, but on further inspection, suspicious outline. All right. Whoa. Oh, there goes our scroll of identify. Uh-oh. How was I supposed to know there was going to be a flame right there, dude? That's so cringe. All right, so we lost the scroll of identify because it burned up and it activated the mimic and let him hit us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself in stasis to go ahead and get over that burning. It's going to make him run away, but we'll cross paths again later. Cross paths right now. Hit him with my guaranteed. Awesome, we got a mace and 2 scale armors. Holy schmoly, dude. I wish I had a scroll to identify those. All right, so oftentimes mimics will drop items that are guaranteed not cursed. You can tell by the blue backgrounds that these items that he dropped are not cursed. And see, the whip has kind of like the purple background. That's how you don't know. It's either cursed or not. You can't tell. A blue background, not cursed. Red background, definitely cursed. Purple background, maybe cursed. We've got so much loot on this run. All right, so this is a Tombstone Room. When you interact with this tombstone, it's going to summon ghosts. They spawn in the 4 cardinal directions around you. So if I were to hit it right here, I would get 4 ghosts. But if I block it by using the wall and the statue, I'm only going to get 2 ghosts. And luckily I have Cleave, so I can cleave 1. And I have the free cleave for the other one. Boom, only 1 weapon charge, 2 ghosts. And those tombstones will always drop a cursed armor. If it's enchanted, that means it doesn't have an active curse on it, but that means you can't remove it. And they're usually +1 at least, but you can get a straight up +3 armor out of that tombstone, so it's always worth it. All right, sacrificial altar. These always dropped cursed weapons, so we're gonna go ahead and it would have been better if we noticed this earlier, but we can sleep a little bit and wait for enemies to come. You only need to kill them in a 3x3 area around this. You don't need to kill them on the altar. All right, the fire consumes your offering and grows stronger. Oh, hello. All right, well, we're crippled. I'm gonna soften him up a little bit. All right, pour him in here. And the amount of kills it takes is semi-random. Plate armor, are you kidding me, dude? All right, this guy, because he's ranged, I'm not sure. We can't really lure him in there. Go ahead, grab me. I don't care that I'm crippled. I'm freaking godlike right now, dude. Kill him. All right, a scimitar, cursed scimitar. I don't have any room in my inventory right now. Not really anything. I know this is a magic mapping scroll. I don't want to use that right now. We'll just throw something down. I'll throw this whip down, and we'll deal with it on the next floor. I have so much stuff, dude. And I can't identify any of my blue weapons because I can't get rid of this cursed weapon on me. So annoying. All right, so we're starving again. We wasted a little bit of time. Hunger. All right, I'm gonna step into this trap. Oh yeah, no. It's not gonna put me next to a hidden room. It's not guaranteed that a teleportation trap will put you next to a hidden room, but it is often. All right, so now we have to make a decision on our tier 2 weapons. I'm gonna go ahead and put a point on swift equip. Every 20 turns, you can swiftly equip a weapon. You can instantly equip a new weapon. So if you really need to use a weapon ability on a different weapon, you can do that. Once it's level 2, you can do it twice. So you can switch to your new weapon, use this ability, and then switch back to your main weapon. Really helpful stuff. All right. Same thing. We know that there's a hidden door in this room somewhere, but it doesn't matter too much to me, so I'm just gonna press on. I don't feel like searching that big ass room. All right, whatever. Try me, dude. All right, I'm really hoping that I find a remove curse scroll on this floor. Or healing well. We're gonna be wasting a lot of steps going back for our loot. Stealing my Ankh is crazy, dude. All right, we have an Azure Potion. Still don't know what that one does. All right, cool. We found the exit stairs, so I'm gonna pop down here, grass floor, There's Wand Maker. We'll talk about his quest in a little bit. The reason I'm popping down here is because I want to try to find a pit to throw stuff down. Because I like to throw my stuff down right before a boss floor. We can ring around the rosy on this guy. Great. Get constant surprise attacks against him. Oh, snap. Alright, we'll cleave this guy. And then we'll get our free cleave on him. Ring around the rosy on this guy. Guaranteed surprise attacks every time. Awesome, we found a pit. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw some stuff down. Offload our inventory. I want to know what all of this stuff does. I probably should have kept one of those weapons with me. And we actually found the... What the hell? We actually found the stairs. So I can go ahead and drop these without spending a bunch of extra turns. Where's that quarterstaff? Alright. I want to know what this quarterstaff does. Okay. Let's go ahead and run back up. Let's go ahead and finish exploring that one floor. So I bless my Ankh, and I'm going to collect these dewdrops. We got a grass floor. We're going to get a lot of... Necromancer is really annoying. They summon skeletons. Gotta go for the Necromancer. They will continually resummon the skeleton, so just kind of ignore the skeleton. Okay. We're gonna finish exploring this floor before we go back down. That's not a mimic. Nice meat pie ingredient. Really good that we have Alchemy as a toolkit. I'm not gonna rely on it too much. Another whip, yay. Get our cleave, instant movement, free cleave. Let's go, dude. Oh, crap. Cripple trap. All right, so this one we have... Luckily, we can put ourselves in stasis, and it's going to get rid of our debuff. Ooh, yeesh. Oh, God. Right, we're really low on health right now. All right, so what I can do is I can freeze time around me. Back away. No, you can't tell by the shape of the lock on the chest. There is a subtle difference in the shape of the chest overall, but not by the lock. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make a meat pie. Instant alchemy, well fed, and we're gonna back off of that situation for a little bit and let our health regenerate. That is the Necromancer skeleton. You can tell because it's slightly darker. There's a regular skeleton. I'm gonna freeze time around me. I'm gonna get in this door if I can. Oh no, fuck. I ran out of charges. All right, this might be a healing potion moment. We could use a potion of invisibility, but the potion of healing is going to be cheaper, and I'll just tank their damage. Oh, he went to the door I was going to go into. We'll soften this Necromancer up, and we'll hit him with the cleave. Nope. I will definitely get the cleave this time. And then hit him with this. Free cleave. All right, cool. Sometimes you gotta use a healing potion. Sometimes it's a healing potion moment. Alright, let's finish exploring this floor. This guy's annoying. I want to know what this Azure potion is. I wonder if it's Levitation. There's a locked door. Magenta potion. Alright, it could be Haste. Alright. You Haste? Alright. Haste potion. This room you solve by using a Haste potion. You just run around to the other side. Boom, this guy can't zap you. There are other ways around it. You can use an Aqua Brew, but I don't have any Aqua Brews. All right, so this chest is definitely a Mimic. We can tell because we examined it. It has a health bar. Hit him. You either need to use a throwing weapon or a weapon ability to activate them. Because if you just straight up click on them trying to attack them, they'll be able to get the drop on you. Bolus and a Runic Blade. Holy schmoly. I have so much stuff to identify that I can't identify because... The Stones of Detect Magic are very cool. Alright, for some reason I feel like there's a hidden room on this floor, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw my Stone of Clairvoyance at the wall right here. Boom, there is. Okay, so because that we got this hidden room, I don't really care about doing these hidden rooms because they're quite expensive. You need to use 2 levitation potions to get this. But because this spawned here, we know for a fact that that is, we always get a Levitation Potion on a floor with one of these in them. So we know for a fact that this Azure Potion is going to be our Levitation Potion. We just need to identify it. Okay. We want to definitely upgrade that Levitation Potion, but we can't until we identify it. You can upgrade it, but you can't make it into the Aqua Brew, I should say. All right, we have so much loot. It's not even funny, dude. I swear to God, if we don't find a remove curse scroll on this floor, I'm going to flip. Oh my gosh. All right, so this guy's summoning. He's about to trap us. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze time around me. All right, there you go. Another Necromancer, dude. Oh yeah, the annoying short sword alerted a bunch of enemies. Got our instant movement. Hit him a few times before we use a free cleave. Well, bam, free cleave. Dude, another Necromancer? Bruh. Alright, so this Necromancer trapped us on the other side of a skeleton. We just need to fall back. It's kind of annoying, but we need to be able to get to that Necromancer. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to throw these whips down because I know I'm not going to use them. We finally got a throwing weapon. We got the bolus. All right, so we're definitely getting a Levitation Potion because of this floor has a Levitation Potion puzzle. So I will have ultimately 3 Levitation Potions. So let me show you how the Aqua Brew works while we're at it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Alchemy. And we're going to energize one of these just to identify it, and then we're going to turn it into a Potion of Storm Clouds, and we're going to upgrade that Potion of Storm Clouds into an Aqua Brew. Aqua Brew is the best, one of the best alchemy items you can make because it solves almost every single puzzle room. So what I can do is I can throw the Aqua Brew maybe like right here, and it turns all of these trap tiles into water, and we can just simply walk up and get that. Nice, katana. The equipment you get from these chests and these puzzle rooms is never cursed. You can tell it's got a blue background. I would identify it instantly with my ability, but unfortunately I have a freaking cursed sword on, so I can't identify any of these weapons that I've been getting. You stole my bomb. Get crippled, boy. Whenever you hit a thief while it's running away, it always drops just 1 gold, so you don't necessarily even have to bother picking up that gold. All right, we got the Wand Maker's quest. The Wand Maker's quest can spawn on any floor. Well, it can't spawn on floor 6, actually, I believe. The Wand Maker's quest spawns in the prisons, and is pretty much randomized which quest you'll get. Nice, we found Alchemy and our Strength Potion. So we'll come back to him. Levitation Potion, there it is. One really easy way to defeat this boss is to use a Potion of Frost. I want to freeze my meat. It's always best to freeze your meat because if you freeze the meat instead of cooking it over fire, it gives you, not only does it heal you, heal your hunger, but it also gives you a random beneficial effect. So I'm going to make sure he doesn't burn it. I'm going to throw the Potion of Frost to freeze the meat and him. Easy clap. He dropped a Potion of Liquid Flame and it burst because it was frozen. Doesn't matter. Easy, easy clap. Potion of Frost makes quick work of him. All right, so we have 2 options. Now these can be different levels of upgrade. This can be a +1 magic missile, and this can be a +3 blast wave. We never know. But blast wave is one of the best wands. I actually just put out a video about wands, so if you're interested in that, I'll link it in the card up there. I don't know which way to point. Up there? Up there? No, up there. Link it in the card in the corner. You can watch that. But Wand of Blast Wave is one of the best wands ever. +1 blast wave, that's huge. That's awesome. All right, we're pretty much done with this floor as well. So let's go ahead and go down. We'll just ring around the rosy on this guy. Continue to ring him around. Easy clap. Oh no, run. Oh snap. All right, because this guy is behind me, I can go ahead and blast wave this guy, and he's gonna get paralyzed. He can't heal his dude. All right, we're done here. All right, this is floor 9. All right, so I have Swift Equip, I'm going to go ahead and put that on 2 so I can swift equip twice. And now we have 1 more on Focus Meal. So the 2 skills I didn't go over is weapon recharging. This makes it so anytime you're under the effect of a wand recharging buff, like by using Scroll of Recharging, it will recharge your weapon ability. Now this does not work for the Ring of Energy, so for me it's kind of useless. It's very niche, very niche. And then Liquid Agility gives you accuracy and evasion on your next melee attack after you drink a potion. This one doesn't come into play that much often, but it's a very good ability if you're drinking a lot of potions. But me personally, I'm not drinking a lot of potions. So I have 4 upgrade scrolls, but I don't have anything in particular I want to upgrade. All right, so before we go into Tengu, do I have any toxic gas potions? No, I'm gonna go ahead and drink my strength potion at this point. I don't have very good range damage. Can I make a toxic gas? All right, let's see if we can get lucky and get a toxic gas potion. All right, so let's put Sarmas. Nope. Make sure to not combine 2 like the like seeds. All right, no toxic gas potion. That's fine. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this haste potion for phase 2. I like the toxic gas because you can make a caustic brew, and that's really good against Tengu. Okay. All right, we're totally fine. We're just lacking in range damage. I like to do a lot of range damage on phase 1, but unfortunately we're not gonna be able to do that. So we'll just go into it. All right, so he doesn't attack instantly, so we have some time to close the distance. And I'm gonna go ahead and start off the battle by hitting him with my cleave. And we gotta make sure we memorize, before we move, we wanna memorize the pattern of these traps, because once we start moving, they're gonna go away. Here we memorize them. And the lower his health is, the more traps he's gonna spawn. Make sure you remember the clear path. So we go up, around. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze time around me. Make sure you do not use auto path because your character will walk straight into the traps. All right, there we go. Between phase 1 and phase 2, now I'm gonna take a rest. You can only heal so much HP before this raise. And before we go into this next phase, I'm gonna go ahead and drop anything that could possibly burn. He'll burn your scrolls, he'll burn your meat, and he can explode bombs in your inventory. So make sure you do that. And then sleep as much as you can, obviously. And then we're gonna go into phase 2. All right, so now we have an extra turn. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this potion of stamina to make it a lot easier to get up to him. So he's gonna throw these bombs out, and we have 3 turns to get out of that blast radius. But because I have extra movement speed from the potion of stamina, I'm gonna have extra time to get out of that bomb radius. And now he's got these shock traps. They shoot out in 4 directions between a cross and an X, and he's got the smoke. The smoke denotes where the fire will spawn in the next turn. So I'm gonna get out of the way of the fire, and it's going that way. It's kind of annoying. All right, we just kind of have to wait. So I'm gonna throw the bullets at him. All right, so he's got the bomb. One really good thing about the blast wave is I need to get out of here instantly. I'm gonna push myself with the blast wave by pushing 1 tile away from me. Boom, and I'm out of the way of the bomb. I want to deal some wireless damage to him, so I'm going to throw this potion of liquid flame at him, get him burning. I can get back in there. All right, he's going to shoot out his flames. I have 1 turn to wait, so I'm going to throw the bullets out again. Missed, doesn't matter. We need to make sure we're not in that fire, and we're avoiding these electrical traps. All right, another bomb. I'm going to go ahead and blast myself away. Oh, another bomb. Oh, snap. Good thing we have the potion of stamina. All right, so if I move down here, it's going to zap me. So a really good option for me to move up is going to bring me away from Tengu, but I'm going to reduce the amount of damage I'm taking. Cleave. Oh, yeah, baby. Easy clap. Tengu, more like loser. All right, so now we're going to, once again, we're going to manipulate what bag we're getting. I don't want the throwing weapon holster. So we have 1, 2, 3 items because the Arcane Stylus counts as a scroll. We have 2 scrolls, 1 Arcane Stylus, and then we have 1 throwing weapon, 1 wand. So we have three scroll items, 2 wand holster items. So I'm going to make sure that I go down with those in my inventory and make sure that I get the scroll holder. Grab some of this crap. Oh wait, the bomb counts as a throwing weapon, so I don't want to take that. All right, so as far as subclass goes, I really am addicted to the monk. The monk is one of the best subclasses in the whole game. So you have 2 choices. The champion lets you dual wield weapons, which is really cool. But at the same time, the monk is a really good wand user. It has built-in healing. You can deflect attacks. It's super duper strong. I highly recommend going the monk, and I'll explain how it works as we go along. But what the monk does is you get energy for killing enemies, and that energy can be used to use special abilities. So as far as talents go, the first one I always like to start with is depending on your armor and your weapon, possibly Unencumbered Spirit. So Unencumbered Spirit gives you more energy for killing monsters depending on the tier level of your weapons and armor. So I currently have tier 3 and tier 2. So I will get double energy for each piece of tier 3 or 2 weapons that I'm using. So but later, if I later on upgrade to plate armor, this is going to become less valuable. So I'm going to go with Monastic Vigor. It gives your abilities extra effects if your energy is at a higher level. So if you have 100% of energy, then your abilities will be empowered, and it just reduces the requirement as it goes along. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Monastic Vigor 1, and then Combined Energy is another really good skill, but so Monastic Vigor, you can read how it affects each skill right here, but it's easier to explain as you see it. So I'll explain how Monk works as we go along. I'm not going to load you with a bunch of information on it right now, right here. All right, so let's go ahead and go down. We're going to come back for our stuff, obviously. Make sure our Timekeepers Hourglass is equipped. All right. Sweet. All right, so we have a bunch of stuff to sell. So number one thing we're looking for right now is the scroll holder. We have enough for a scroll holder and a scroll of remove curse. Let's finally remove the curse on our freaking weapon, dude. Finally, dude. All right. So now we can go ahead and instantly identify a lot of these weapons. I'm going to need to make room in my inventory before I pick this up. All right, so that's a +1 sword. This is a +1 mace. Cool. +0 katana. +1 quarterstaff. All right, I'm not super interested in any of these weapons. I don't super love the weapon ability on mace. What it does is it gives you heavy blow, and it dazes the enemies, which reduces their accuracy and evasion. Helpful, but not super exciting. I prefer Cleave. The quarterstaff gives you defensive stance. It increases your evasion, and it's instant. So this is a really good swift equip opportunity. So like say I'm coming up on an enemy that's pretty strong and I want to increase my evasion, I could swiftly equip the quarterstaff, pop this weapon ability, and then switch back to my main weapon. Really helpful. All right. Oh no, I don't want to jump down the pit, please. But because we identified these weapons and they're +1, they actually means they sell for more. I want to go ahead and sell them. I'm going to keep this quarterstaff around. I'm not interested in any chainmail armor because I already have upgraded chainmail armor. Teleportation, identify, give you another magic mapping scroll. Those are helpful always. We still have an Ankh in our inventory, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the scroll of identify first. And I want to buy this magic sandbag. So the mines are when things start to get dangerous. All right. Pick up all this crap. I'm still interested in what these scale armors might do. So right now we have 14 strength. For these scale armors to be within our level to use, they need to be +3. So if any of these scale armors are naturally +3, we can take a look at my turn wheel down by my health bar and put them on. And we're going to move once. And we see we do not meet the strength requirement because it's taking us 1 and like 1/5 turn to move. So we know that that's not a +3 scale armor, which would be kind of a lot. Let's do it. Same thing with this one. It's also not upgraded. Although I think these scale armors are at least +1. I think they are at least upgraded. So we'll hang on to those for a second, get them identified. So once we have 15 strength, we can try to go ahead and strength test them again. I'm not super interested in this Wayward Scimitar. I'm going to sell it. Let's go ahead and equip this. Oh my god, it's cursed. It's cursed and unupgraded Sacrificial Runic Blade. Okay, so this is really bad because it's not upgraded, so we're not even strong enough to use the weapon's ability. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. Crap. All right, I'm not interested in these whips at all. I'm going to sell them. Plate armor I might be interested in. The wand, I would like to turn it into resin. Crap, dude. This is really bad. This is really bad. All right, so we're stuck with a weapon we can't use. Let's go ahead and identify this plate armor. Holy dude, natty +2 plate armor. That just dropped. So I'm pretty much not interested in the scale armor at all anymore. So that's gonna be my next armor right there. All right, so I can go ahead and sell this scale armor. If I identified it, it would be worth more to sell. Okay. And so you drop into like Runic Blade to break curse? Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I will put one upgrade. Actually, I won't upgrade this plate armor because if we find more plate armor, we can upgrade it at the blacksmith later on. And I'll show you how to do that. This is really bad. I could put one upgrade scroll into it. Runic Blade. So the Runic Blade has a kind of cool ability. It gives you the Runic Slash, which just has 300% enchantment power, but right now I don't have any enchantment on it. If I were to use that, it would just steal my blood at 300% more. All right, so this is really bad. We don't have much of a good way to do damage. All right. Need to be careful against this guy. Let's see what this force cube does. Oh, we actually landed it. Nice. Force cube might be +1 at least. Okay. So there we go. We have energy on the duelist now. So these are the weapon abilities. Flurry of Blow. It's the only one we have available because we only have one energy. Lets you just instantly strike the enemy twice. It's good if you need to deal quick damage. All right, we have triple crystal door room. Scroll upper cannon. Scroll remove curse. Perfect. All right, we need to find one crystal key and we'll come right back here. So this is really dangerous because we have no way to melee attack really. Go ahead and activate that trap. Why not? Oh, bat. Oh, bat. All right, we'll go ahead and hit him with the bolus. We can't get the surprise attack on him. All right, now I'm going to use my Flurry of Blows. Nice, it killed him. All right, immediately running back to get that remove curse scroll. So the way these work is there is a common scroll in the middle, and then there's an uncommon, or sorry, a rare in the back, and an uncommon right here. So this potion right here could possibly be a purity potion, and usually in the back you'll find a transmutation scroll or a potion of experience. Let's go and remove curse on this freaking weapon, dude. I'm selling this runic blade, dude. Goodbye. Good riddance. I need to remember to come back and buy this Ankh. All right, cool. All right, I'm getting a little bit hungry. So, oh shit. Okay, so the we just got shot from the darkness because we're on a darkness floor. It's a bit harder to see. So right now our goal is to get up close to that guy so we can start dealing damage to him. I want to freeze time around me. Oh, zap trap. Hit him. Boom, bam. Do I have a identify scroll? I do not. And wait for this to finish zapping. Oh, another one, bro. Are you kidding me? Alright. I'm dazed, so I have lower accuracy. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and increase this monastic vigor again. Bring down that requirement. Identify, perfect. Upgrade. Alright, let's go ahead and identify this ring. Wow, a ring of might +1 we've had this whole time that wasn't cursed. Alright, if I go ahead and equip this ring of might, it's going to increase my strength by 2. Get rid of my ring of evasion. So now my strength is 14 + 2. I have 16 strength. And that means... Wow, I could have put that on. What that is going to do for me is it's going to let me... next time I find a strength potion, I'm going to be able to equip this +2 plate armor. Now the reason I'm not just going to use an upgrade scroll on the plate armor is because I'm hoping that I find another set of plate armor later on in this level. So my ring of evasion. And then I can reforge it with the blacksmith's quest. Alright, we're pretty hungry and our health is pretty low. We're in a kind of dangerous spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink my potion of cleansing, get that regen started going again. The bats are so annoying. The bats are like the crabs of the mines. So always pull out all the stops to kill them. Stun them, cripple them, do whatever you can against them. Toxic gas. What up, Michael? Welcome to the stream. Alright, double bats. We need to make sure we're not getting double teamed by these bats. Hit him with a cleave. Boom. Hit him with a cleave. The sad thing is you can't chain cleaves together. Alright. Possible Mimic right there. Nope. Yep, Mimic. All right. One fun thing about the Blast Wave, I'll show you right now, is you can actually use it to knock enemies into pits. So I'm going to shoot next to him. Boom. See you later, chump. The Blast Wave wand is really good if you get it up to +3. All right, and this guy, who knows where he is? So let's freeze time around me. So if we shoot to his left, he's going to fall down the pit. See you later. All right, so now this is green. That means a Monastic Vigor is active. So I'll go over the abilities now that we can use all of them. Flurry of Blows, you saw me use that earlier. It's just 2 quick instant strikes. It ignores armor and use your weapons to enchant. You can't use it repeatedly. This is pretty good. I don't use them that often, but these are the Monastic Vigor version, so all of these are empowered. The Focus lets you instantly focus, kind of like the monks in the Metropolis. The Focus lets you instantly get ready to parry the next attack. So when you get hit next, you'll guaranteed block it. So that's really good. I'm gonna walk around, so if I get caught off guard by one of those range attacks, I can go ahead and parry it. And now we have Dash is really good. It just gives you instant movement up to 4 tiles. Super helpful. Dragon Kick is a really good ability. It lets you knock enemies back, and it paralyzes them if they hit them. It paralyzes them based on how far they get knocked back. So the farther you knock back something, the more turns of paralyze it will take. And Meditate is a bit of a complicated one. What it does is it freezes your character in place for 5 turns, but it also recharges your wands, it recharges your artifacts, and if you have the Monastic Vigor version of it, the upgraded version of it, it will also heal you. This is an extremely powerful ability, but you want to make sure that you're in a safe area. If I were to meditate right here, this guy's going to notice me and run right up to me, so I don't want to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get his attention. Hey, stupid. Block him back, get him a little paralyzed, hit him with that. All right, so these guys, when their health bar turns white, we don't need to fight them anymore. We can just walk away and he'll slowly die. Easy clap. Another bat. God, a darkness floor on floor 11 is really bad because it like increases the enemy spawns. All right, our health is a bit low, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna meditate. Boom, and look at that, we have healing. And we have recharging for our wands, recharging for our artifacts. Super good. All right, we got us a little sussy outline on this, so let's go ahead and hit him with that. Go ahead and throw our throwing weapons at him. Bam. All right, so the mimic damage scales with depth. So the further you go down, the more damage mimics do. So you need to be careful with those guys. Nice, potion of purity, some scale armor. All right, so we have 16 strength. We can go ahead and equip the scale armor, and we know that we have enough strength to wield it because our turn wheel stays the same when we move. So I'm gonna wear this armor for a little bit. It's probably not as good as my +3 chainmail armor, but I want to get it identified because it's likely upgraded, and upgraded gear always sells for more. So we'll just wear it for a little bit. Because we have Adventurer's Intuition, we'll go ahead and identify that quicker. All right, so now I need to make a decision. Do I want the Potion of Experience potentially, or a Scroll of Transmutation? I low-key would like the Scroll of Transmutation, because finding Scroll of Transmutation early on, sorry, I low-key want the Potion of Experience, because finding that early on and using it to upgrade my, give me more talent points in this tier 3 is really helpful. Okay, so now that we have energy, we can actually close the distance by using our dash ability. Boom, get up right close to him, and close that distance and kill him. Easy clap. All right, Monastic Vigor 3, always go for that. Reduce the requirement it takes to get that. Whoa. All right, +1 armor. Good. All right, so yeah, we need to be very careful here. These guys deal a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and Dragon Kick him. We're gonna create a long line of sight, and we'll Dragon Kick. Nice, and it freaking one-shot him, dude. And he's paralyzed. Get wrecked, idiot. Bat. Nice. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and equip our old armor. We're gonna sell this. 160 gold. Yeah, baby. All right, we'll buy that Ankh. Poison Dart. I don't really care about that. Teleportation, Healing Potion, Liquid Flame, Healing, Frost. I don't care about any of this stuff really. Lucky though, I would like the. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna see if we can get a Potion of Experience. Going to open this middle door, and it is a Toxic Gas Potion. All right, I don't care about that at all. So this is likely going to be a transmutation scroll. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that this is the rare scroll. So we'll hang on to that. Ring of Might is good to transmute because once you have enough strength to naturally wear your equipment anyway, you don't really need the Ring of Might, so you can just get rid of it. Oh, look at that, right off the bat, our suspicious outline on top of a door. Let's go ahead and shoot him so he gets aggroed. He's crippled, so we can actually just do this, lure him away. He's taking extra turns to move so that he can't even attack us. Heavy Boomerang, Scroll of Identify, Liquid Flame. Cool, cool, cool. A Heavy Boomerang's good. It's more appropriate level for my... We got an XL floor too, that's cool. Oh. No bat. Oh yeah, anytime you need to deal heavy damage to something, the Dragon Kick is a humongously good option. And right now I'm collecting these dewdrops to help mitigate the damage I'm taking from starving. Alright, I'm out of cleansing potions. Oh wait, no I'm not. I have a potion of purity right there. Let's go ahead and brew that up. Drink my cleansing potion. Boom. So yeah, we barely used any of our rations. Alright, so... Can we knock this guy down the edge? We sure can. Alright, this should be enough. Oh, nope. Fail. Boom. See you later. So when you knock an enemy off the edge, they do give you less experience, but you know, you don't have to deal with them. Our thing is green. That means Monastic Vigor is active. She will also gain 80% damage resistance while meditating and slowly heals for 20% of missing HP. Let's go ahead and do that. Heal up. And it's going to go recharge my wand. It's going to recharge my artifact. One meditation, completely recharge my Blast Wave. Blast Wave is really good for taking out these fishes. So we'll strategically hit right here. And it kills one fish by grounding him. Oh no. Alright, so what can we do for this guy? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself in stasis. Alright, good. He moved somewhere. Not super advantageous for me, actually. Because I want to be able to push him off, but if I fall back into this room, the fish are going to get me. Alright, so what I can do is I can go ahead and kill this fish. I can fall in here. I can Dragon Kick. Oh, there we go. Now I can kill this fish. Can I? I'm going to have to freeze time to kill this fish. I could reposition him in other ways, but this is more convenient. Boom. There we go. Free schmeat. And we didn't have to use our Potion of Invisibility. And we're going to come back to this freeze trap because we need to open that locked door. So I'll go ahead and freeze those meats when we go back there. All right, look at that. Obvious hidden room is obvious. Let's go. Oh, it's just a hidden wall. If I do this... Oh, I was trying to get him in that frozen plant, but it didn't hit him. Get wrecked, idiot. Kind of haphazardly exploring. Possible mimic, yep. Lots of grass. Boomerang is cool because it will come back to you. Boom, it'll actually hit the enemy. Scroll of Identify. There's a freaking shaman running around over there. Move back one so that if the boomerang come back, it will hit him. Cave spinners. Now, cave spinners are one of the most annoying enemies in the world. They can actually throw a web that will root you if you step in it, so you want to make sure you don't step in that. But you can destroy them using by throwing something into the web, or using fire or disintegration. Oh shit. Okay. But yeah, what they do is they'll trap you in their web, and then they'll hit you, and it will poison you, and then they'll run away like little idiots. Oh goobers. Let's Dragon Kick this guy for fun. Dragon Kick. The Dragon Kick does more damage if you say it out loud like that. It's actually programmed into the game. Alright, he's got his white health bar. I'm just going to walk away. Oh, shit, he's rooted. I mean, I'm rooted. Fuck. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus. Alright, I'm going to focus again. Prevent myself from taking unnecessary damage. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and blast this guy away to keep him away from me while I'm rooted. One more turn. Alright, now I'm ready to fall back. Please die. Now he's poisoned me, and he's just going to run away. He's going to drop his root, and he's going to run away. Really annoying. I guess I have no damage. I have no choice but to take the L and take the damage. Another mimic. All right, there we go. We got our strength potion. Nice potion of strength. So we'll drink that. And combined with our ring of might, we can take our +3 mail armor brimstone, 3 to 15 damage. We'll upgrade it to 2 to 20 damage on our plate armor. Perfect. Now we have nice bitchin' new armor. Hit with the boomerangs. Aye. Come on. Hit him with the flurry of blows. Nice. Okay. Flurry of blows is really good when you need to do just a little bit of extra damage. A ring or a wand. If you didn't know, these crystal chests, you can actually see what's inside them if you examine them. Shit. Alright, my mystery meat froze. Oh well. I wanted that to happen. Nice, dude. Alright. There might be a hidden door right here. Nope. Alright, let's go see. Information well. So these are cool. You can step in them and it will reveal all hidden items and doors on the stage, or you can throw a singular item in there to identify the item itself. I'm not really interested in identifying anything that I have in my inventory. All right, let's go ahead and brew up a set of intuition stones. Check that out. Let's see if it's transmutation. Nice transmutation scroll. And what scrolls, what potions I don't know. So this is either mind vision or experience. So let's go ahead and see if it's experience. Nope, this is mind vision. Mind vision. All right, let's just go ahead and step into this well. Stepping into it also lets us know if any of these things are cursed. So see, it's giving it blue backgrounds. And you can see, all right. It didn't reveal any hidden doors, it looks like. All right, so we can go ahead and equip this just to identify it. All right, and we're starving. And we don't have any cleansing potions. We don't have any meat pie. We don't have a pasty to make a meat pie, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat a ration to tide me over. And pretty much rations should be used to tide you over. We're gonna let him come. Dang it. Boom. Correct. We'll throw something in the web just to get it out of our way. Soften him up. Very nice. We got the cleave. Boom. Instant movement helping us out a lot here. Alright, cool beans. Examine this chest. It's a mimic. Alright, so this mimic is on a pedestal. What that means is that he can contain a progression. He can contain a progression necessary item like a scroll of upgrade, a key to a door, or possibly even a strength potion. But a lot of times it's just food, or like a stylus, or maybe even a stone of enchantment. Make sure we don't take a hit from him. Can't carry. Oops, I knew that was a mimic and I still touched it. Fine. Oh. A whip, hey. Yep, it had a key in it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dash up to him. Boom. Dunk is so good. All right, 2 of these guys. What can we do? All right, let's bring them close to a pit. Same thing as before. Dang it, I did it again. When will I learn? When will I learn? Reach around me, kind of overkill. Nice, okay, cool. All right, we gotta run back upstairs real quick. All right, I'm just gonna let this bat catch up to me. All right, another guy. Maybe he doesn't notice me. Nice. All right, probably not gonna use this quarterstaff to be honest. I'm just gonna sell it. This is brimstone armor, 360 gold. Nice. I'm hanging on to this ring because I'm not always going to have the alchemist toolkit equipped. Gift you, frost potion. I don't want any of this stuff really. Scroll of teleportation. We'll go ahead and take the magic mapping with us actually. All right. All right, we got a really good opportunity to just knock him down the edge. See you later. All right, so our next ability we're gonna go for is always consider Unencumbered Spirit depending on which tier. So because it's tier 3, 2, or 1 or lower, those are the only tiers that you get benefits from. So because I'm using a tier 5 armor, this Unencumbered Spirit is gonna do nothing for my armor. But it will actually affect, because I'm using a tier 2 weapon, I can go ahead and put 2 points into this and get the benefit for my weapon, but not my armor. I'm considering using this short sword for the rest of the game. We'll see. But right now I'm not going to put any points into it. Crossbow, sharpshooting ring, that would be good, but the crossbow is not upgraded. I'm not super interested in it. But right now it's always super good to go for Precise Assault. What it does is it gives you extra accuracy on your attack after a weapon ability. So that's going to be pretty good. You know, you want to make sure that if you're in melee range of an enemy, you want to make sure that those attacks land. If you upgrade it all the way, it gives you 2 guaranteed hit attacks in a row, and that's really good. Okay. Mail armor potential. I'm going to be cringe. I'm going to run right back up and sell this. I could take the time to identify this armor, and it's probably upgraded, but doesn't matter. Sell it. I'm hanging on to this cursed wand because if I can remove the curse, I can use it to upgrade my I can turn it into arcane resin and use it to upgrade my, what's it called, my wand I'm actually using. All right, and you notice I didn't let that bat die over the pit. Bats always drop healing potions, so you don't want to make sure that they don't drop onto a pit. All right, so this is a animated statue room. You can examine the animated statue and see what they have. So we know he's got a chilling scimitar and a mail armor of obfuscation. We actually have conveniently a trap right here that we can use against him. So I'm going to drop something in the doorway. Make sure you're not in the doorway when you do this. I'm going to go ahead and meditate beforehand too, so I get a little bit of healing out of this. And then I'm going to throw something on the trap. Throw this, and it's going to hit him. Nice, get him paralyzed. I'm just going to start hammering him with the throwing weapons. All right, we have a bat coming. Nice, we have instant movement. Dang, that armor is pretty strong. Nice, +1, I knew it. Oh, yeah. Dude is strong. Or I might have upgraded armor. Nice, bomb, finish him off. Nope, that is not even upgraded armor. Alright, let's once again be cringe and go back up and sell. Alright, what do you think you're doing? We have really good armor too, though. Nice, alright. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, no, Monastic Vigor's not active. So, and while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the cringe rations. I call these road snacks. Eat one for the road. Next time I'm starving, I'll go ahead and eat another one. Those almost aren't worth buying unless you have hella money. All right, we can either get a ring or a wand. I'm gonna go for the wand out of this chest. What up, goober? We have Monastic Vigor is available. He's gonna bleed to death. Alright, I'm gonna do this so I can get away from both of these guys. Ooh, I let him hit me. I'm stupid. Alright. This is how you win Shattered Pixel Dungeon. Gets punched by the Enraged Gnoll. Easy clap. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and meditate. Get meditated. Meditated wham. Level up. We're gonna go ahead and do another one I like to do is combined energy. So if you use a weapon ability and then follow it up with a energy ability, you actually get a refund. You get 1 energy back. So this one is pretty good passive. So it gets you thinking. you want to make sure you're using a weapon ability before you use one of your higher cost energy abilities. Go for the wand. Fire Blast wand. Holy schmoly. Not cursed, baby. Alright, Fire Blast wand is really good. If you watch my recent wand video, you know that I really like to make sure that Fire Blast and Blast Wave both get up to +3 with Arcane Resin. It's a really good low-cost way to upgrade your wands by recycling old wands into them. Floor 13. Is this Blacksmith? Nope. Oh, we got jumpies. You know I'm doing those jumpies. We'll be back for that. Gotta keep an eye out for our Ebony Mimic. It can be anywhere. Scroll of Terror. And right now I'm totally hoarding my upgrade scrolls. Never feel compelled to do that like I am. Upgrade as what you want when you want to. I have 7 upgrade scrolls and I have so many upgraded things. All right, we can ignore the alchemy for now. I forgot to freeze my meat earlier. Oh well. Oh nice, the blacksmith is here. At the blacksmith quest, we'll go over that in just a moment. These guys are really tough. Be careful fighting these guys melee range. Look at that. Doing so much damage to me. Alright. This guy. Alright, I'm just gonna have to take the L and burn this grass. And go ahead. These guys can't get through, the big robots can't get through the doors, so I'm gonna isolate him and dragon kick. A bit starving. No freeze time around me. I can get right here and hit him with this. Oh, he stopped burning. There we go, easy clap. We'll finish exploring. I like to finish exploring the whole biome before I do the blacksmith quest. Look at that plate armor, exactly what I was looking for. All right, so let's go ahead and identify that because the blacksmith will only work with another natty +2. Holy dude. All right, so we can combine our plate armor together to upgrade it. So that's what we're gonna do soon. All right, see if we can get this guy's attention. All right, these poison dart traps do a lot of damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this. It's gonna hit him and I can just run away. And this guy's gonna be poisoned long enough to die for sure. You clapped, idiot. All right. Charcoal potion. Do I have one of those yet? All right, charcoal potion is potion of experience. I know that for sure because that's the only potion I don't have identified. So let's go ahead and brew right now. Tier 3 is always a really good candidate for the potion of divine inspiration. What the potion of divine inspiration does is it gives you 2 extra talent points to spend in a tier. So I'm going to go ahead and put those into combined energy right now. So if I use if I use flurry of blows, focus, or dash after using a weapon ability. Wait. How many? No, yeah, 2+. So if I basically use anything but flurry of blows after using a weapon ability, I'm going to get back 1 of my energies. So that's a good way to conserve energy in the long run. Nice, sungrass, free healing. Just ringing around that grass so I can make sure I get constant surprise attacks. Step him into the poison grass somehow. And now he's got vertigo too, somehow. Oops. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stand on this healing grass. Go ahead and meditate. Sleep the rest of the way on that healing grass. Nice. I can kind of drink the dewdrops instead of eating for a long time if there's a lot of grass on the floor. Yeesh. Okay. I don't want to dash because I want to get enough energy to meditate when I jump down. Yeah. I close the distance on this guy. Correct. All right, so now I have Monastic Vigor Meditate ready to go. There's a lot of false hidden walls, hidden rooms. Little nooks that look like hidden rooms in the mines, but aren't hidden rooms. All right, so let's go ahead and jump down. Do jumpies for funsies. And we're gonna go ahead and meditate while we're down here. It's gonna clear our debuffs and heal us. Very nice. No Wraith, that means this ring is not cursed. Another ring of evasion, bro. Come on. That's the third ring of evasion we found on this run. That's crazy. All right, we got another darkness floor. That means increase enemy spawns. 0 challenge feels like cheating. Very true. All right, we have the barricade. I'm gonna shoot the flame potion at it, or flame wand. Scroll of transmutation. Holy schmoly. All right, now we have the ingredients to make a meat pie. So we're gonna combine. It's better to use the raw meat than it is the frozen meat, because the frozen meat we can actually eat. The raw meat we can't do much with other than freeze it. And now we can go ahead and eat it a meat pie. All right, what scroll? Oh, that's magic mapping scroll. Okay. All right, this guy. Boom, 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 boom. See you later. Yeah, no, 0 challenge is just OP mode. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this guy off because I hate those guys. I need to be careful. If I hit this, I could fall. So I'm gonna go and hit him right here. Boom, see you later. So make sure you don't blast wave yourself down a pit, because that is also a possibility. Oh, look at that. Ebony Mimic right there. Suspicious outline. Sussy, man. And I can hit him down. Boom, see you later. Get wrecked, idiot. Dropped a new set of freaking tomahawks for me. Oh, he's rooted. I can't knock him down. Whoopsie poopsie. Alright, dude, calm down. Earn him, walk away. Easy, easy. Mine's is easy. And we're on floor 14. So I can go ahead and throw stuff down that I'm probably not going to use. I can go ahead and uncurse this wand at any point, so I can go ahead and throw it down. Close that distance ASAP. Nice. Oh no. Alright, so I'm poisoned right now, but if I meditate, it's gonna cure my poison. Give him just enough time to run up and poison me again, but I have enough to meditate again. There we go. If you meditate 2 times in a row, the buffs that you get from meditating don't stack, they just replace each other. So it's not always the best idea to meditate 2 times in a row, but mystery meat freeze is cool. Nice, and we froze all of our meat unintentionally. Alright, this guy, easy clap, see you later. Blast wave is just so good, bro. If we hit him here behind him, boop, see you later. Oh, he dropped a wand, bro. Another one? I think he dropped a fire blast wand. Shamans have a chance to drop wands, which is really good. Another darkness floor. That means we're seeing an enemy every 2 seconds. Got a mace. Not interested in that at all. Just throw it right down to the boss floor. And boom. See you later. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Thanks for subbing. Oh, we got a ghoul. A ghoul is a rare enemy. These enemies spawn primarily in the Metropolis, but they can actually spawn down here as a rare enemy. Kind of like how bats can spawn in the last floor of the prisons. And thieves can spawn in the last floor of the sewers. Yeesh. Alright, we can actually burn them through the wall. Very helpful. Alright, let's go ahead and dragon kick this guy. Deal some massive damage to him. Yeah, baby. And Monastic Vigor Dragon Kick is actually an AoE ability. Alright, so we've explored all of the floors. So we're ready to go up and do the Blacksmith quest. I want to make sure that I get as much armor as I can before I commit to upgrading an armor. Alright. Alright, we're back. So we're about to do the Blacksmith quest. We're going to talk to him and he's going to give us the pickaxe. We want to make sure we have enough room in our inventory for the things that are going to be down there. So down there, depending on his so we have the Gnoll Geomancer quest. The Gnoll Geomancer quest gives us 2 foods, And then the crystal quest only gives us 1 food. So that could be a pasty, and we also need room for our gold. So it could be a ration and a pasty, or 2 rations, or even 2 pasties maybe. I don't know if that's possible, but we want to make sure we have a room for a potential pasty, and then the room for the gold. Because if you have to drop something down there, you cannot get it back. So we'll make sure we have at least 2 free slots in our inventory before we go down, and we're ready to go down. A really good thing to do down here is use Stones of Clairvoyance or Magic Mapping if you can't find your way around. But I'm going to go ahead and try to do it without it right now, because I don't want to waste those valuable resources. If you're having trouble figuring out where to go, he says look for recently disturbed rocks, like these rocks, and it can will uncover new areas. We need a total of 40 gold. There's no extra rewards for getting more than 40 gold, so there's no reason to do it. It will just waste your hunger. Alright, and then to get maximum favor for the blacksmith, you need to get all 40 gold plus kill the boss. So it's always recommended going for the boss. Alright. Burn these guys. These Gnoll Sappers will give a buff to nearby Gnoll guards. So you want to make sure you defeat them first, so that the guards aren't super invincible. But the Gnoll guards also have spears, so if you let them attack you from a distance, oops, I got paralyzed, they'll deal more damage. You want to make sure you're as close to them as possible. Boom. Right. We have maximum energy. I'm going to go ahead and take some energy. That's really nice water. Yeah, we can water. Oh, we're going to me. Stand here, and then we'll go to alright. Yes, you can bring back. And just focus here, like that. Nice. Alright, we still haven't found either of the foods. We found one of the hidden rooms. There's 2 hidden rooms in this type of biome. They both just contain a chest with gold in them. You don't need to find both of them, but finding them is helpful. Once you activate the boss, he's going to start darting around the level and smashing a bunch of walls. You need to be careful because that can unleash the guards. You don't want to be dealing with the boss and the guards at the same time. Okay. Right now we're so good. Right, still got 1 foods. Nice, easy. Gold. 37, 38, 39, 40 gold. Alright, we're ready to face the boss now. Let's go ahead and find him. Hello. You've come to the dying department. Someone asked, I meant to ask earlier, do you know if Rogue actually loses deity slower? No, he doesn't. Not in Shattered. Alright, so we're going to activate this guy. What he does is he darts around the arena, and he has a special shield. He has a special shield that makes it so you can only damage him with a pickaxe, so you have to get up close. Alright, we are stuck in his blast. You're going to make sure you're not surrounded by rocks like I am. You would want to use like a scroll of teleportation, or you could use a blast wave wand. I could blast wave myself, but I'll hit this trap. So I'm going to go ahead and use my dash ability. I can move 8 tiles, boom, right up to him. We need to get rid of his barrier before we can start using a weapon or a wand against him. I would shoot him with my fire blast, but unfortunately he is on water, so it doesn't matter. Make sure we're leaving plenty of space. Alright, there we go. Get him burning. Whew. We're not clicking too fast. And there's a lot of rocks around him. Make it very hard to dodge his ability. Alright, nice. He cleared some of the rocks for us. Up. Boom! Easy clap. Alright. Alright, I'm going to be a little crazy guy. I'm going to use this short sword for the rest of the run. I'm going to go ahead and just keep this short sword for the rest of the run. So that means I have a point I can put into Unencumbered Spirit for every tier 3. I can actually put 2 points. So 50 plus 75, 125% extra energy for each kill I get with this short sword equipped. So boom, I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Using the +1 short sword I found in the sewers to kill God. Alright, so now we have maximum favor. Our current favor is 3,000. We can go ahead and upgrade something at the blacksmith. I'm going to go ahead and choose the reforge option. I'm going to combine these plate armors together. Boom, to make a +3 plate armor. Very nice. And I can also upgrade something that's +1. Oh man, too bad I threw that ring of sharpshooting down. I could upgrade that. Bro, I threw that ring of sharpshooting down. I'm gonna run down and get it. I'm gonna be cringe. Because I want to upgrade that. Anything that is +1 or below, he can upgrade to up to +2. Let's go all the way back down. Dude, I low-key just want to jump, bro. Let's just fucking jump. Let's just fucking jump, bro. And then I can meditate, get healed. Wand of What? What? Bro dropped a Wand of Corrosion. Holy schmoly, dude. I have all the best wands now. All right, we'll actually come back to the... We'll come back to the boss, or to the blacksmith after the boss. So DM 300 can be pretty annoying of a boss. It really helps to have some instant movement or haste. I have no haste. I have no freaking haste. Invisibility is also pretty much fine as well. Let's go ahead and eat. All right, let's see if this is cursed. Holy schmoly, dude. The Wand of Corrosion is the best corrosion wand. Again, check out my wand video. Before we get into this battle, we're going to go ahead and uncover the layout of the arena. I'm going to sleep for a little while to get my health back. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and plant a seed and just... Alright, to activate this boss, you need to step into one of the corners. How do I still have lots of food? It's because I've been using meat pies and potions of cleansing, which is the upgraded potion of purity to eat. You want to make sure that you use cleansing potions or meat pies as your main food source, and then you want to supplement it with occasional rations. All right, so we have... Oh, he's right there. Okay, so DM 300 is pretty much the best way to defeat him is almost to tank him. By this point, you should have upgraded armor. If you can't get your hands on plate armor, scale armor is good enough. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get him with our damage over time effects. All right, we need to make sure we have a clear point. We'll knock him back. Knock him back one more time. And I'll shoot him with my freaking Wand of Corrosion. Holy schmoly, dude. Wand of Corrosion is the best wand. And we can push it back again. Paralyzed in the corrosion. Alright, so now he's invincible. We've phased him. He's on the second phase. So we see that these particle effects are kind of shifting in a direction. If you go ahead and examine the exposed wiring, the sparks seem to be gravitating toward a certain direction. Perhaps they lead to the power source. So that means we need to go find the pylon that is currently active, which is in the lower right. I'm going to make sure we avoid stepping in any water or on any exposed wiring. Yeah, he's going to be really mad. He's going to be rushing us. So I'm going to dragon kick him away. Even though it doesn't do damage to him, it paralyzes him, gets him off our back. We'll go ahead and zap it. So this shoots out electricity around it. Gotta make sure you're not in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and freeze time around me and go around to the other side. And we can use our throwing weapons against it. Boom. It should die. There we go. Now he is once again vulnerable. And we'll just continue to deal damage to him. All right, I'm out of... All right, that Wand of Corrosion is not upgraded, so it is what it is. I'm not gonna rely on the Wand of Corrosion. I'm not gonna upgrade it. Normally, in a normal run, I was trying to actually win and didn't mind if I became OP. I would put every single upgrade scroll into that Wand of Corrosion instantly. It is oops. That's what happens. Don't click too fast. It is absolutely worth it to upgrade the Wand of Corrosion. It can be the only thing you upgrade and be really good. All right, we're actually in a dangerous position right now. Okay. Because I let myself get hit so much, now I'm lost a bunch of health. All right, get him off of the wires. Every time he steps on one of those wires, he gets shield. It's really annoying. All right, he's invulnerable again. So you could use a potion of invisibility to hide yourself from him so you don't get smacked a bunch while he's chasing you. You could use 1, 2, 3, 4. You could use a potion of haste and turn that into stamina and drink it at this point. I'm gonna dash. Oh no. Frick, dude. All right, let's go ahead and freeze time around me. Right. Warrior misclick PTSD, yes, for real. Alright, now he's on his final phase. You can actually sleep during this fight. I'm gonna sleep and get the rest of my healing for my meat pie. Alright. Sometimes he'll shoot poison at you, but sometimes he won't. This is bad. It's either step in the water and get electrocuted, or getting electrocuted is much preferable, but I am freaking monk, so I can push myself out of the way. Oops. At this point, he will not get any more shielding from stepping on the exposed wires, but you will just take damage. Hit him with this. Boom! Get wrecked, idiot. All right, let's go clean up our throwing weapons. All right, at this point, there's no more bags to get. There's just the wand holster, so you can safely just go into the shop. Gonna make sure I still have my thingy equipped. GG, GG, GG. All right, let's go ahead and meditate to get a little bit of health back. All right, we have healing potion. We have potion of experience for 1,000 gold. I probably want that. All right, let's go ahead and buy it. And then, do we have enough for the Ankh? We do. Sweet. Levitation, healing. All right. All right, so let's run back up to the blacksmith because I want him to upgrade my my ring of sharpshooting. Ring of sharpshooting is extremely powerful. Ring of sharpshooting increases the damage and durability of your throwing weapons. It's almost worth it to just upgrade only the ring of sharpshooting instead of upgrading your throwing weapons themselves. Weapon at him. Oh well. All right, go ahead and upgrade my sharpshooting. I don't really care about hardening. I can't reforge, so I'm just gonna cash out. I'm gonna turn my thing into gold. Go ahead and equip this over the ring of evasion. And I still have 7 upgrade scrolls. All right, so let's go ahead and remove curse on this lightning wand. So now we can turn it into arcane resin. Only 2. When we take that arcane resin and we apply it to the fire blast, will be more helpful. And then we can go ahead and upgrade this this here potion of experience into a potion of divine inspiration. Put that on tier 4 so we have extra talent points to work with once we get there. 1,200 gold. We could buy another scroll of magic mapping. Magic mapping is extremely helpful for the demon halls. I'm gonna buy the arcane stylus as well. And I will buy, oh, I can't afford that. All right, so now we have our armor the way we want it. You know, let's go ahead and, just for safety, I'm gonna go ahead and put, I'm gonna get my armor up to +5. Oh, swiftness, nice. Swiftness is really good. Whenever you're not in view of monsters, you move faster. It's like a free trial ring of haste. And because I've decided I'm gonna use this sword for the rest of the run, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my freaking upgrade scrolls on this goddamn short sword. All right, +6 short sword, very good, very good. And I'm gonna go ahead and enchant it. Grim short sword, that's crazy. Grim has a chance to execute enemies. All right, you can tell that there might be a secret room down here because the carpet is leading in straight to a dead end. All right. So at this point, I'm not sure what I want, to be honest, because this is a potion of haste, healing, paralytic gas, and identify. But at the same time, I already have as many like rings and stuff that I need. 5 to 35 on the armor. So I might not need what's in here. If it's a wand, I can actually use that. But if it's an artifact, I'm probably not going to need it. Let's go ahead and go for the chest anyway. A sapphire ring. I don't have any way to identify it. We could use a stone of intuition on rings. So we've already seen... Yeah, no, I don't know what this might be. Let's see if it's haste. It's not haste. That would be a cool ring, but it's not. Yep, hidden room, and it's got food in it. Fuck yeah. Blandfruit is really cool because you can combine the Blandfruit with any seed, and it gives you a food with that seed's effect. If you can find a black seed and combine it with a Blandfruit, you can eat it, and it's as good as a potion of experience. All right, so we're hungry right now. I'm going to go ahead and take this cooked meat because it's less useful and combine it and to make it a meat pie. Go ahead and eat. Boom, well fed. And then we're going to get a potion of cleansing on this floor too. Hell yeah. And then we got our sussy outline. Make sure we're keeping our eye out for that. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to start with backing off a little bit. I'm going to throw my corrosion at him and then hit him with the flame. Boom. Get wrecked, idiot. I have the ring of sharpshooting, so my throwing weapons are going to be doing hella damage. All right, this guy's dangerous because he could light me on fire just like that. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and meditate, get rid of my fire. He dropped an Assassin's Blade and a Force... No, he did not drop his Force Cube. Equip the Assassin's Blade just so I can identify it. +1 Assassin's Blade, that'll fetch a pretty penny. Alright, so there was no break in the bookshelf. You can tell because there's ashes all around. If there was a break in the bookshelf, there could potentially be a hidden room, but there's not. Hello. Alright, we're on a chasm floor. This is where the blast wave really shines. Hey, stupid. I want to make sure he's not directly next to us, though. Boom! See you later. 2 birds, 1 stone. For cannon, what is that? It could be, that is 100% lullaby. Because we know that this other scroll is magic mapping. And we're so strong, it's not even funny. Monk is just like that, dude. Monk is so strong. And then on top of being extremely strong, you can just heal yourself. Who let Monk have all these things? Honestly. The Assassin's Blade is cool. We could keep that for swift equip purposes, but we already have so many ways to instantly move, like our Timekeepers Hourglass and Dash, where that we don't need another instant movement ability. Level up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go an Unencumbered Spirit 2. I'm gonna leave it at that because Unencumbered Spirit 3 is tier 1 or lower, and tier 1 or lower is starting equipment. So it does, a +3 does give you this cloth armor, but I'm not interested in going cloth armor. I've already upgraded weapons and armor, so. But now I'm getting extra, I'm getting about 2 energy per kill instead of 1. It's really freaking helpful. Go ahead and meditate just to get rid of our energy. Carpet leads to a wall, probably hidden door, yep. All right, we have a sacrificial altar. I'm not interested in doing that, but we have a grass floor. Now, grass floors are a bit dangerous if you're a fire blast. Oops. If you're using wand to fire blast, because you don't want to burn down the whole floor. But grass floors are pretty helpful because you can get seeds. What up, dude? Nice, Grim. Grim gives you a chance to execute enemies. All right, monks are really annoying because they can have a chance. They can parry your attacks. So make sure we're getting him while he's unaware. All right. So the first attack, he's parried, and then we can hit him with the Fury of Blows. That's a good way to get rid of his parry. Scroll of Upgrade. Scroll of Upgrades can't burn in case you didn't know that, so I'm safe to go ahead and use that here. All right, see there's a break in the bookshelf right here that leads, I'm gonna see if there's a second room, and there sure is. Some nice throwing weapons to complement my Ring of Sharpshooting. Oh, Chaos Elemental. Now these guys, they basically are like Cursed Wand affect the enemy. And they often drop Scroll of Transmutation. So you want to make sure that you don't burn up the scroll they drop. Now there is an Imp Quest coming up. The Imp Quest is currently it's gonna change soon, and the new Imp Quest is not currently implemented. I'm gonna meditate. So the Imp Quest will be different. I'll have an updated Imp Quest video when the time comes. So Golem, actual dangerous enemy. The Golems are extremely dangerous at melee range. They can deal heavy melee damage, so you want to make sure you do your best to fight them at range if you can. All right, so floor 19. The floor seems especially treacherous here. That means it's a trap floor. All right, we're hungry, so let's go ahead and make a cleansing potion. Having an alchemist toolkit is so OP. All right, so what I want to find instantly here is I really want to find the imp, the ambitious imp. There he is down there. And he's gonna either ask me to kill golems or to kill monks. So I want to get to him ASAP so that we can get his quest started. So any golems or imps that we kill go towards his quest. All right, he wants me to kill golems, so I'll go ahead and kill golems. Right now, this is the this quest is not fully implemented, so this is the old golem quest. So if sorry, the old imp quest. If you're interested in the new quest, go ahead and check my channel and see if I have the video for it available yet. I plan to make the video once the quest is actually implemented. So he wants 4 golems. They're no match for my freaking thing. Okay, whatever. Step on both of these traps, summon some enemies to my location so I can go ahead and kill these guys faster. These guardian traps also summon guardians which carry weapons, but these weapons are never upgraded. So if you're still at this point searching for a weapon, then that's a good option. All right, this room can also be solved by a Aqua Brew, but this is quite a large room, so we're gonna throw an Aqua Brew, and I think this is too many. Oh yeah. If you think of these carpeted tiles like pressure plates, you can throw it on top of the pressure plates and it won't be able to target you. Now the reason I can move these 3 tiles is because I have swiftness on my armor. If you didn't have swiftness on your armor, you would get shot. But the swiftness is not going to take effect. I should get shot by this. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Yep, no, I guess it doesn't matter if I have swiftness. The Wand of Corrosion is really good because it can also activate traps. And you also need to complete the Imp's quest in order to get the shop in the next biome. Not only does it give you a ring as the reward, but if you don't complete the Imp's quest, you won't have the shop in the next area. So it's definitely worth completing. Oh god, a succubus. Succubus is rare enemy on this floor because it's an enemy from the next biome. The succubus is dangerous because if you get more than 1 tile away from her, she will teleport. And I just freaking one-shot her. Watch this. Boom, get freaking disintegrated, ho. Oh, another one for me to disintegrate. Boom. All right, didn't do enough damage, but that's fine. All right, so what do we got? We have Healing Potion, Levitation, Retribution, Rage. I like a Scroll of Rage. That's really helpful. Scroll of Magic Mapping. So there's definitely going to be a Potion of Experience back here. Yep. All right, so we got a Potion of Experience, and I've already got extra points in tier 3 and 4, and I don't really care about anything from tier 1 or 2, so I'm just going to go ahead and drink that raw. Let's go. Extra health and more points to spend in the next tier. And with the Dragon Kick. The Mimic is actually dangerous. So when the Monastic Vigor hits, the Dragon Kick becomes an AoE spell, or AoE attack is really good. Sometimes those dudes will drop rations. All right, what ring are you giving me? You give me a +2 Ring of Wealth, Lamal. All right, so now we're ready for Dwarf King. We're gonna go ahead and craft some things for Dwarf King real quick. So one thing I really like to have for Dwarf King is the upgraded Potion of Toxic Gas. You upgrade it to a Potion of Corrosive Gas, then you upgrade it again to Elixir of Toxic Essence. What this does is it surrounds you with a poison gas cloud that can't damage you, but it can damage enemies nearby. This really helps with a lot of AoE. And then also using the Scroll of Rage to turn it into Stones of Aggression can turn his minions against him and kind of take the heat off of you, so that's really helpful. The Elixir of Toxic Essence, if you don't use it against Dwarf King, you will use it against Yog, so go ahead and make 2. But yeah, so the number one thing is the Elixir of Toxic Essence. Potion of Invisibility is good because you can remain invisible while you're doing damage with that toxic gas. You can also use the upgraded Potion of Liquid Flame, but we don't super need that. I'm gonna go ahead and energize a couple healing or frost potions. I'm gonna make 2 of these, 2 of each of these, because like I said, if I don't use them now, I will use them against Yog, which is the final boss. And I'm energizing healing potions. You don't have to do that. I'm just like super comfortable doing it, so it doesn't matter to me. All right, and then what seed do we want? Are we hungry at all? A little bit. So I'll go ahead and brew this up. I'll go ahead and combine this green seed with my fruit so I can eat this and I can heal and get my hunger back at the same time. So this Ring of Accuracy, not super necessary, but we might not need our Alchemist Toolkit during the fight, so I'm going to go ahead and equip that over the Alchemist Toolkit. Not super necessary. All right, so phase 1 of Dwarf King is pretty easy. There's something you can do. You can go ahead and throw a Seed of Sorrow Moss right there, and then throw a Seed of Earthroot right here. And then you can activate the boss fight. He's going to step into that and get poisoned. And we got this Seed of Earthroot, gives you the Herbal Armor, which reduces 12 damage from any physical hit for 130. It's really good. Boom. And we're just going to kill his minions. And we're totally safe from most damage. All right, we still have 118 of our Herbal Armor left, so I'm just going to go ahead and hang out here. Wait for them to come to me. This +5 armor plus the Herbal Armor together is insanely OP. Oh, I probably should have waited for my, I probably should have slept longer so that my weapon abilities came back, but it's fine. Oops, dang it, I was looking at chat and I accidentally moved. If you move off of your Herbal Armor, it goes away. All right, so we're gonna do Flurry of Blows to get rid of his parry. And we'll see if we can cleave this guy. Oh, it doesn't count as a kill against him. That's annoying. So we cleave this guy and then get the free cleave on him. The grim short sword from the sewers doing work. All right, so we're about to get shot by this warlock. So let's go ahead and dash up to him. Go ahead, come out. I dare you. We'll go ahead and knock this guy back, and then shoot him with the corrosion. Fire blast these two. Keep working on our guy. There we go. All right, we're gonna flurry of blows him to get rid of his thing, and then we're gonna dragon kick him. Boom! Back into the corrosion, which is gone now. Get wrecked, idiot. We're gonna continue to use our throwing weapons. Oops, wrong guy. All right, so I never got overwhelmed, so I never had to use the toxic gas potion. But this is a really good time to use the Stone of Aggression. Go ahead and throw the Stone of Aggression at the Dwarf King. Boom. And now all of his guys are targeting him. We can lay on some damage with our Corrosion Wand or Fire Blast Wand, whatever we have ready. And he has 38 deferred damage and he has 38 health. That's technically enough, but he will die pretty slowly at that point. All right, we're getting boxed in. So let's go ahead and freeze time around me, and we'll go over here. And while time is frozen, we can meditate once to get our wands recharging up again. Do we have anything fun to use? And we don't have any scrolls of retribution or anything. Let's just throw a potion of flame over there just for funsies. Alright, the warlocks are the things we need to look out for. Alright, he has 35 deferred damage. And say we really need to lay low right now, let's go ahead and drink a potion of invisibility. And we just chill. See you later. And that's that on that. So in lower challenge difficulties, the ability that you take from the armor does not really matter that much. But I'm going to go with the challenges ability. That one's really easy. Really easy to understand and really easy to utilize. So what it does is you challenge a nearby enemy and it freezes all other enemies. And if you kill that enemy within the time, you can get a special effect. So the one thing I like to do is upgrade Invigorating Victory. What it does is it heals you 20 HP if you defeat the enemy that you challenge. So this is just more free healing on top of the free healing that you already have. So I'm going to go ahead and max that out. And then the next ability I'm going to upgrade is the Heroic Energy. This just reduces the cost of the ability, which is obviously like really good. All right, we got some stuff to pick up back here. All right, we can't throw this dwarf token or sell the dwarf token, so I'm just going to throw it. All right, and then he's got our bag of sand. Sell all these weapons we're not going to use. Sell this armor we're not going to use. Do I have a remove curse scroll? Remove curse. I'm going to remove curse from this ring of wealth before I sell it, so that it sells for way more. 225. I'm going to keep this ring of accuracy on until it's identified, and I'll probably just switch back to my thing. So in the demon halls, one thing is very helpful is having the scroll of magic mapping, but it gets dark in the demon hall, so you actually need to use torches as well. I highly recommend buying all the torches you can from the shop up here, as well as any healing potions. I'm going to buy the potion of purity so I don't have to worry about eating. And I'm really happy with my armor enchantment, so I'm going to keep that. Scroll of Gift Hue is also magic mapping. So I have 4 scrolls of magic mapping, and there's 4 floors we need to find. So we can go ahead and magic map all these floors coming up. All right, so we have 3 scrolls of upgrade, and right now I'm really happy with my armor and my weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the scrolls onto my ring of sharpshooting. It's going to increase the damage that my throwing weapons do by a lot, and my throwing weapons are about to be so insanely powerful. All right. Okay, so now my Hourglass is maxed out, so that's really good. We still have Scroll of Transmutation, and if we get enough energy later on, we can upgrade the Alchemist Toolkit, and then we can transmute it before Yog. All right, so here we go, Demon Halls. But before we go down, let's go ahead and sleep. Make sure that we have full health, full armor ability, full weapon abilities. All right, we're starving, that's fine. We have a Potion of Cleansing. We probably should have equipped the Alchemist Toolkit before we slept, but it's fine. And you see I haven't drank my Potion of Strength. There's no reason for that. I'm just going to go ahead and drink it. Doesn't matter. 11K subs. Thank you, everybody. If you're watching this video or this live stream and you haven't subscribed, please do so. All right, so now we are going to be able to magic map every single floor. Doesn't look like there's any... there's one secret room over here. All right, and then there's the #1 priority target in the demon halls are these this little red thing. That's the demon spawner. We need to defeat those demon spawners. Not only do they spawn enemies on the floor that we're on, but it will also summon more enemies during the final boss fight. All right, I can freeze time around me, boom, boom, step on that, and just get her out of the way. We'll go ahead and throw that there. Oh man, I'm gonna have more. Okay, there was another frost trap. All right, so let's go ahead and use our AoE against this guy. Shoot it behind him. Are these demon Ripper demons can leap towards you? See, Ripper demon prepares to leap, and he's gonna leap right on top of me. If I let him do that, he's gonna bleed me. So we need to make sure that we get out of his way. All right, there's 2 of them. And these guys attack 2 times per turn, so we need to be very careful against them. All right, and we got the free cleave. Didn't work. All right, easy clap. When the Ripper demons spawn, you can get a free surprise attack on them, and the demon spawner always drops a healing potion, so it's good. All right, we're gonna get some more Schmeat in this stage, so we're gonna go ahead and fling this guy out of his little fish tank. distortion trap with a mimic on top of it. Get him to walk off that trap before we hit him. Oh my god, 42 damage. Thank you, Ring of Sharpshooting. Wand of Magic Missile, very cool. Let's see if it's cursed. It is. Hopefully we find some more remove curse scrolls. Hey fish, come here. Alright, we can hit right here. Boom, knock him off. Hit right here, boom, knock him off. We're gonna have so much meat. Piranhas scale with depth, so piranhas are always gonna be a dangerous foe. Alright, we know this is not cursed. Let's go ahead and equip it for shits and giggles. Alright. Don't have a key for that yet. We're keeping our torch lit, just in case. Because we don't want anything sneaking up on us. Oh! Alright, these guys are really annoying. So we're charmed. We can't attack her with melee weapons, but we can use throwing weapons against her. See, we're still charmed. But can we do this? No, we can't. Alright. This is annoying. I'm going to go ahead and dash down. I don't want to get too far away from her or else she'll teleport to me. Around. Surprise attack. We go get her. This guy. This foolish fool. Alright, we're just going to let him do his thing. Alright, the demon eyes shoot a laser. While they're charging their laser, you can't... they take highly reduced damage. We're going to drop something in this doorway, and we're going to activate these traps on his ass, dude. Oh, dang, that killed him. You're wrecked. Alright, so we'll drop this in the doorway. Activate these traps. You could also use an Aqua Brew to delete these traps. See how the money is down there and we can't quite see? If you right click it, it will tell you if there's a trap. Like this one has money and a trap. So it says examine rockfall trap, examine money. So we're going to do that and make sure that it's all clear. We have 2 more traps to clear. Throw something on there. And we get a bunch of free money. Thanks, Demon Halls. And now at this point, if there's anything in the shop that you still haven't gotten, you know, now's your time. All right, this is dangerous. These disintegration traps are really good because they attack the nearest target. Boom, bam. All right, I'll teach you a good way to fight the demon eyes. Oh, there's gas right there. I can't show you yet. All right, this, will this knock her down? No, not quite. All right, we're no longer charmed, so we can dragon kick. I wasn't very far, so I didn't do very much damage against her. I don't want to deal with the inconvenience of burning the grass. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I don't feel like activating this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dash right over it. Boop up. Remove curse, very nice. Potion of strength. Let's go all the way up here. Mirror image, identify, upgrade, cool, worth it. All right, so we're gonna make a quick pit stop. Oh, you idiot. Quick pit stop at this frost trap to freeze our schmeat. See you later, dummy dumb. +1 ring of accuracy, cool. Okay, but not cool enough. I'm gonna go ahead and put my alchemy kit back on because I'm not really suffering accuracy. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna shoot. I don't want to activate all these traps, so I'm just gonna throw something one by one at it. No, wait. I'm gonna go ahead and meditate, so it cuts down on the time I have to wait for this. Now we have 8 frozen meat. All right, we're waiting for our alchemist toolkit to charge before we can make our next meat pie. Oh hell. All right, so I'll show you a quick trick for fighting these guys. You want to utilize a corner. So we're gonna attack him, and then we're gonna fall back, wait for him to shoot, and then go back up, attack him, attack him. There's almost no point in attacking him while he's charging his laser because he will take less damage. All right, I don't care if I step it. Whoa, bro just spawned right in front of me. All right, whatever. Screw you, dude. Oops. Yes, this is 0 challenge. Dragon kick. All right, so we have another magic mapping scroll to use, and we're going to make sure we keep our torch lit to increase our field of view. And that is a mimic. All right, goal number 1 is the... We'll take care of the mimic later. Our goal number 1 is the demon spawner. Go ahead and knock her off the edge. Shoot above him so he falls off the edge. See you later. Go ahead and knock her off the edge too. Boom, bam. Get wrecked. Alright, we need... Alright, we only have a couple more turns of our Alchemist Toolkit to get charged, so we'll just wait for that. Get wrecked, dude. Yes. Alright, so we're gonna brew up some... Make it a meat pie. Okay, I need some energy, so let's go ahead and get rid of a couple of these healing potions. Make it a meat pie. Make it a cleansing potion. I'm gonna drink the cleansing potion right now because I don't need a super large amount of health. I swear I'm gonna challenge the next enemy to show you what it looks like. I swear. All right, we need to get his health down a little bit because we have a limited number of turns once we challenge him to kill him. One of the cool things about Monk though is he's about to laser me and I can't escape, but I can focus. Boom, parry his shit, bro. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and challenge him. So we have 10 turns of duel participate. We have 10 turns to kill this guy, and while the 10 turns is active, no other enemies can move around. Boom, we killed him, and we get 20 health. Let's go. So it's just free healing, bro. So good. Right, let's see what's in here. Again, keep the doorway on our side. Go. Is healing well? Information well. I don't need that at all. I guess I'll step in it just to show me where all the items are. Gotta take care of this mimic. Hello. Please die. Yeah, dude, the mimic is like the strongest enemy, bro. Mimic and the what's it called? Piranhas are so strong. Alright. Let's go ahead and hit her with the weapon ability, and then we'd use the dragon kick. That's gonna give our use our combined energy of talent to get a refund on that. We're gonna attack. Wait for him to shoot. Get back into position. Boom, boom, boom. But you know, I am Monk, so I could just parry. Boom. See you later. We got a sussy outline on that door. What do you got? Kinetic Stone Gauntlet. While that is interesting, I'm not interested in a new weapon at this point. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Do that. You foolish fool. I'm gonna get a big old line of sight. Hit him with the weapon ability, so after I dragon kick him, I get a refund on 1 energy. Hit him with our big throwing weapon. Boom, bam, boom. Alright, 2 new weapons that we can equip just to identify. +1 scythe and +1 glaive. Alright, and we got a big mace. Let's see if it's here. Nope. Oh, it's right there, duh. I already saw it because I used the information well. Some armor I'm not going to use. I probably will transmute the alchemist kit right before Yog. Instant movement, free cleave. Wait. Is turning strength potion into mastery pot worth it? It depends. I would say in the sewers, it's pretty much worth it if you have something that you want to equip before you find the strength potion, but outside of the sewers, it's not much worth it. Oh, bam. All right, we'll fall back. There. Get wrecked. We'll remove curse, that's fine. All right. One thing you never want to do in the demon halls is sleep while the demon spawner is still alive, because it will just spawn ripper demons like crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit that magic mapping. And then we'll light a torch. And we'll go... I should have meditated before I lit the torch, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep leveling up that heroic energy. Oh, we got jumpies. And we got a suspicious outline. That is 2 mimics right there. Oops, I got hit by a laser. Oopsie poopsie. I could knock them down the pit, but I don't want to because I'm greedy. I want to know what they have now. Alright, make some space between us. Put some of the evil gas, corrosion gas. Knock them back again. Oh no, I'm corroding myself. We'll buy him. Want a transfusion? Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and zip zap. Alright. That's good. Not because I want to use the Wand of Transfusion, but because I want to be able to make Arcane Resin out of it. So let's go ahead and use that Remove Curse to remove the curse on our Wand of Magic Missile. We'll go into our Alchemist Toolkit and we'll break these down into Arcane. Wow, that Magic Missile was... both of those were +1. Cool. Alright, so now we can apply our resin to our Fire Blast. +3 Fire Blast is excellent. And I want to apply it to my Blast Wave Wand to get it more charges. And I have none left over, so I can't upgrade my Corrosion, but Corrosion's fine. Oh, shit. I fucked that up. Alright, I don't want to deal with her. Let's Dragon Kick. Deal with the Corrosion. Oh, shit, she teleported. He's jumping. He's a jumpy boy. Go ahead and meditate, get some health back. Wait for that corrosion to go away. Hidden well. Hidden healing well. Holy schmoly. Yeah, let's just step into it. It cures our hunger. Removes any curses, which we didn't have any of. Alright, now scorpions are really annoying. Scorpions do not have any melee abilities, but they will shoot you from afar. And if they shoot you, if they land a hit on you, they'll cripple you. It's extra bad, extra bad. These are really dangerous enemies. So we just want to make sure we stay out of their line of sight. Shoot the Fire Blast at them. We have this door will block us one. Bad situation. Alright, we need to... Okay, yep. We're fine, we're fine. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stay focused. That way, if anything sneaks up on me... I don't need that gold. It won't damage me. Fuck. Yeah, he crippled me. See, that's really bad. Alright, so let's freeze time around me. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, we'll knock this guy off the edge. Nice. We'll dash up. Oh, wait. Look. Yeah, these guys are extremely dangerous. Let's go ahead and Dragon Kick his ass. Dragon Kick! I'm not sure where he landed, but let's shoot like right there. Nice, he fell down. He dropped a Bister Potion. What is that? A Frost Potion? Doesn't matter. Alright, knock this guy off. See you later, dude. Knock her off. See you later. Blast Wave is so good. If I shoot this here, I will not fall off. Oh, neither will she. Alright, we're caught off guard by this guy. Welcome to the stream. How are we gonna do this? Alright, let's go ahead and Dragon Kick her. Oh, I can't because I'm charmed. Alright, let's go ahead and dash. Get the heck out of this situation. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, I just one-shot it, dude. Grim. Grim enchantment on the tiny short sword. We have an artifact versus a wand. Let's go for the wand just so I can make more resin. Wand of Disintegration, that's usually good, but at this point I don't need it. Alright, let's go ahead and energize that. Turn it into resin. There we go. Upgrade the Wand of Corrosion a little bit. I am using it a lot. Alright, what is this guy? How can I... Too far. Fuck. Now let's dash up to him. There we go, right where I want you. Make sure I'm not gonna fall off, bro. Alright. Oh, we can't knock her off, bro. Come on. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna freeze time around me. I'm gonna meditate. Oh. Alright, we're gonna have to focus. What I wanted is I wanted to charge on my freaking blast wave to be able to hit her. Alright, we're focused. We can throw this at her. She's gonna be terrified and walk away. And there we go. Boom, give me just enough time to do that. And we'll parry that attack. Nice, nice, nice. Boom, bam. Get wrecked, idiot. Alright, let's see if this is a mimic. No, it's not, actually. Get wrecked. Oh shit, dude. Better focus. Alright, let's get behind him. Nothing personnel, kid. Go hit him with the dragon kick. Direct. Potion of purity. Holy schmoly. Uh-oh. Back off. Let him shoot. Smack, smack, smack. Back off. Let him shoot. If you have the armor to withstand their attacks, this is the best way to kill the Demon Eyes. Alright, we're out of torch. Go ahead and relight a torch. Don't have the key? Is the key in this one dark spot I didn't check? Yep, of course the key is in the one dark spot I didn't check. Bruh. I don't need to go near him. Oh, nice trident. I love tridents. They're so strong. Alright, and we don't really need anything from jumpies, but I'm greedy and I like to do jumpies, okay? Sue me. Let's see if I can... Nice full heal from the herbal healing. Jump down. Meditate to get rid of our buffs and to heal up a little bit. Go ahead and increase our heroic energy. Non-cursed sword of... long sword. Go ahead and equip it. It's not even upgraded. That was not worth it at all. Time for our last scroll of magic mapping. Make sure that you do not sleep in this room. A lot of times people will sleep in this room and it will just spawn hella demons, so make sure you don't do that. Alright. Then we have nice time for our Aqua Brew Levitation Potion. Aqua Brew room. Gives us a key for Alchemy. Very good, very good. Get Grim Toe. Scroll of magic mapping, we're done with those. Old demon spawner is dead. Can we kill this guy? Nope, he lived. Here, let me do this. I put my free time around me, and then if I get into this position, and then I dragon kick, it will hit both of them. Dragon kick! Nice, he fell right down the pit. What are you doing, dude? Break our line of sight with that guy. Alright, so we want to freeze time around me. Nipple, dragon, kick! Oh shit, I don't have instant parry. Alright, so... we'll freeze time around me. We'll go hide behind the grass, and he has no clue that we're there. He shot his laser. Nice, more throwing weapons, dude. When our torch is out, we need to go ahead and light our torch. Wand of Corruption, nice. My inventory is totally full. Throw something down. Cool, the more arcane resin for me. All my bags are full, it's crazy. Alright, Toxic Gas Potion, we can go ahead and eat our meat pie. We don't need to do alchemy right now because we have Alchemist Toolkit. Correct. Easy clap. Scorpion. Oh wait. Let's freeze time around me. And then we do this, and we'll hit him with that. Let's freeze time again. Wastable, but you know, I just want to dragon kick him. They didn't kill him. Come on, man. Break our line of sight. Ooh, a pasty. Let's go. So at this point, we don't want to make any more meat pies. Our food is better off separate because we're not going to be really starving during the final boss fight. We're going to be wanting individual foods. Because if we have individual food... Oh, I'm in the fire, bro. I'm kind of dumb. We can just straight up use the food. Oh, fuck. We can use the food to just sorry. We can use the food to affect our focused meal. It will just straight up give us weapon charges. Sorry, I don't know why that was so hard to say. Alright, I'm kind of low on health, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna soften this guy up. Alright, and then we'll dash over to him. That, paralyze him again. Cripple him, and then we're gonna challenge him. There we go, perfect. Nice, and we can challenge this guy too. Let's go, sweet. Get some of our health back. And we'll challenge her. And then we'll push her off the edge. Boom. Freaking healing, dude. Make sure we ring him around the rosy. Spell upgrade. Can I knock him off the edge? I don't think so. Bro's crippled. Let's go ahead and challenge him. Okay. Boom. Get wrecked, idiot. Meditate. Ooh, that was scary. Get whatever seeds we can out of here. And we're ready for the final boss. Normally I would do Alchemy before going down, but because I have Alchemist Toolkit, I can just do it before. Once I get down there. A nice little scroll mirror image. And then up, there's 2 more abilities that we haven't talked about. Elimination Match. It lets you chain multiple encounters together at reduced cost. Each time you challenge one, you can challenge the next one for reduced cost. That one's really good. And then Close the Gap. Duelist blinks 2 tiles towards her target. Although the blink ability, I'm not super fond of it because it often ruins my position. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the elimination match. All right, let's make some essentials for Yog. Potion of Cleansing helps if you get nasty debuff. All right, we got a Potion of Experience. I'm going to go ahead and drink that just to get another skill point. All right, brew. We have lots of stuff. All right, so the 4 things. The Elixir of Toxic Essence is super helpful against the fish that has the poison gas cloud. It lets you defend yourself against the poison gas, and then same thing for the Elixir of Dragon's Blood. If you don't have Brimstone, this is really good. It protects you from being burnt. Another thing that I like to make a lot is Potions of Magical Sight. Potions of Magical Sight protect you or let you see through walls and let you see enemies very far away. So I'm going to go ahead and make like 4 of those, I should say. I'm going to make 4 of those, and I'm going to go ahead and energize the rest of my Mind Visions. And then Potion of Stamina, which is an upgraded Potion of Haste, is really helpful too because it lasts so long. So the Potion of Stamina is very helpful. I would energize the rest of my Haste Potions, but I don't have any. I have no reason to keep the Potions of Frost. I'm going to go ahead and delete those, make them into energy. Another thing I really like to make, it's quite expensive, but it's the Potion of Shocking Brew. The Potion of Shocking Brew really helps if you have something like AoE, like Fire Blast or Wand of Corrosion. It creates a huge shocking trap area that stuns enemies within it, so that's really helpful. Potion of Levitation, just raw, is helpful because if you get rooted and drink a Potion of Levitation, you can float out of that and get unrooted. I don't need any more Potions of Liquid Flame because I got my 2 Dragon's Blood. I don't care about my Paralytic Gas anymore. Potions of Shrouding Fog are very helpful, but also so are raw Potions of Invisibility. Shrouding Fog creates a shrouded fog area where you cannot be detected unless you're directly adjacent to an enemy, so it's good for escaping. And then I'm going to go ahead and make some Scrolls of Recharging into Scrolls of Mystical Energy. What the Scroll of Mystical Energy does is it recharges your artifacts quickly. So if you need a really fast artifact recharging, that's really helpful. And then we have Scrolls of Teleportation. I'm actually going to turn those into Stones of Blink. What that does is it lets you have instant movement. So if you need to get from one spot to another really fast, you can do that. That's and then Scroll of Rage, I want to turn that into Stones of Aggression. Same thing for the final phase of Yog. He's going to summon a bunch of enemies. So we're going to be able to use that to get him off our back. All right, and then we have that Wand of Corruption. Did I already get rid of that Wand of Disintegration? I guess I did. All right, so I can go ahead and turn that into Resin and apply it to our Wand of Corruption. And then we have 3 upgrade scrolls. I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade my Ring of Sharpshooting 3 more times. All right, let's go ahead and go through all of our pages. All right, so we have a bunch of seeds. I like to put the 3 seeds together to get the actually I don't want to do that, to get the potions that they can make. And then we'll just make random potion. I'm gonna save that 1 green seed if I need to heal before the battle. I don't have Blandfruit. My food is better off individual. I have 15 food. I'm ending this with 15 rations of food. We didn't have Horde of Plenty or anything. We just used meat pies and cleansing potions to get us there. So we got very lucky. Scrollbar Cannons, definitely Lullaby. How's my health doing? Oh, I have plenty of health. I'm good. I'm good. So I don't need to use a Scroll of Lullaby at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and energize them. Scroll of Recharging, I really don't need. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those. And then Scroll of Teleportation. I'm going to go ahead and make more Blinkstones. Actually, what we can do is we can make a Scroll of Passage. And then we can take that and make a Beacon of Returning. And then we can place our beacon right here. Or any spot that's advantageous for you. I'll cast it. And now anytime I'm in trouble, I can always use the Beacon of Returning to go back to this exact spot. So if I'm in a really bad situation, I can go ahead and back up to that spot. Magic Mapping, we don't need it all. Identify, we don't need. Remove Curse. I'm not even going to bother making Anti-Magic. Anti-Magic makes it so that Yog's lasers can't damage you, but at the same time, it prevents you from using wands and stuff like that. So it's not really that necessary. We have 6 stones of Flock, so we don't need to make more stones of Flock out of the mirror image. But this Retribution Scroll is definitely worth upgrading. It upgrades into the Scroll of Psionic Blast, and what that does is it does massive damage depending on the number of creatures on the screen. So we can do a Flock and Blast. And then Scroll of Terror, that's better off as Stones of Fear, honestly. If an enemy or the fist is getting too much damage on you or you need some space, you can throw a Stone of Fear and it will run the other direction. And then I have plenty of Stones of Flock, so I'm just going to go ahead and energize these mirror images. I have enough to make the potion of Elixir of Might. What it does is it increases your health and your strength. So it's just kind of a better strength potion, but it costs a lot. It's only something you make when you're really rich, but I'm just going to make it because I am really rich. All right, let's go ahead and drink them both. 167 health. Okay, it wasn't worth making both of them because it didn't increase my health anymore. All right, and then we'll go ahead and brew. All right, how much energy do I need? I don't need these potions of magical sight. I mean, mind vision. I don't need these toxic elixirs. The paralytic gas might help. All right, so I have 73 energy. Let's go ahead and energize our toolkit. Let's give it 60 energy to get it to plus 10. And then now I'm going to go ahead and transmute it. It's the dried rose. Holy, dude. Oh, too bad I didn't identify this armor. So now we have the ghost on our side. We have lots of good weapons for him, but I don't have any armor. Well, I guess it's not. Dried rose. Oh yeah. All right, he has 18 strength. We'll give him the war scythe and this armor that we know is not cursed. All right, there we go. Now Juan the ghost is gonna come with us. Rename him Juan. All right. So we are freaking super set for this boss. Yeah. So we have 20 dewdrops in our Waterskin. If we do end up using our blessed Ankh, I can go ahead and bless the other Ankh. Inscribe ghost armor. True. Let's go ahead and give him an inscription. Why not? Viscosity. I don't like viscosity for him. Affection. I don't want affection for him. Anti-magic. Oh, anti-magic is really good. He's gonna be protected against the lasers. All right, here we go. Final boss time. So you step too far away and the stairs disappear. So make sure you don't step more than 1 tile away from the stairs or else you're locked into the boss battle. All right, here we go. Yog time. Yeah, the ghost says, this is going to hurt. Oh, let's shoot him with the corrosion, shoot him with the fire blast, and then let ghost do his thing, bro. We're going to protect him from the wormies. Shit, I'll throw a bee at him too. Protecting him from the wormies. Die, wormies. Alright, so now that the fist is spawned, oh, the bee is distracting the ghost. Now the fist is spawned, you cannot do damage to the fist while he is on the pedestal. Oh, good job, Ghost. That's about how useful Ghost is when he doesn't have any upgraded armor. So we're gonna wait for this guy to get off the pedestal before we start attacking him. We have a really good spot to hit him with that, and then we'll hit him with the Dragon Kick. Decent damage. Get him with the Corrosion Gas, and then the Fire Blast. All right, so when he gets to half health, he puts out your torch and teleports away. This is when I drink a Mind Vision, because his range damage actually does some decent damage to you. His melee damage is not much to worry about, but his range damage is very dangerous. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and challenge him. Free health. All right. Any throwing weapons that get stuck will get stuck in Yog, so don't throw things like tridents at him, but you can throw things like hammers and force cubes at him, and they won't get stuck inside of him. Because once they're stuck inside of him, they're gone for the rest of the battle. All right, so we have the Flame Fist now. Maybe he'll get to us eventually. This guy's about to die, so let's challenge him just for the free health. Boom. He wrecked. All right, so he's burning us. This is what we drink the Dragon's Blood Elixir for, so now we're immune to flame. Oops, I let myself get lasered. Oh well. Easy clap. We'll hit him with the weapon ability and then Dragon Kick him for that refund of 1 energy. Hit him with the corrosion one he has to walk through. Oops. Challenge this wormy. Boom, he wrecked. I don't have enough to challenge him. All right, so I'm gonna freeze time around me, and then I'm gonna meditate. There we go. And I'm gonna unfreeze time, get my health back. Oh shit, double laser. Dude, he's going ham. All right, final phase. Well, final fist. All right, let's go and drink our thing. All right, so we have the Rotting Fist. This is the gas, poison gas one. This is where I make the elixir of toxic gas, so we're immune to his gas. It's not gonna do any damage to him. This guy, he doesn't take direct damage, but any damage you do to him causes him to bleed. So you just want to, the more hits, the better. But he also gives you Caustic Ooze, so you want to make sure that you are near water, but not too close to water, because if this guy stands in water, he will heal. Oh, he's doing some decent damage to me. So we need to Dragon Kick him. Got lasered. It is what it is. Invulnerable while he's on there. We can throw some tridents at him. Alright. Oh fuck. If we time it right, we can challenge him and he'll die. Eesh. Freeze time around me. Actually, instead of freezing time around me, I'm gonna go ahead and use a Stone of Blink. Light up a torch so we can see what's happening. All right, he's got 10 bleed damage. Why is he standing in the... Okay, good. All right, he's dead. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a really strong attack. All right, sorry about that, but I did not record the audio from my microphone during the live stream, so I'm just going to explain what I do. What I do is I surround Yog by Stones of Flock to give more targets for the Scroll of Psionic Blast. But before I use my Scroll of Psionic Blast, I'm going to go ahead and drink that Magical Sight Potion, so there's even more targets in my view. I'm going to stop to focus parry the laser real quick, and then I'm going to activate the Scroll of Psionic Blast, and it's actually going to do like 200 plus damage to him and kill him instantly. And then pretty much everything I say after that is just celebratory, you know, thank you for watching and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video in silence while I just talk to myself and nobody else. But yeah, that's Duelist 0 challenge. How to beat the game with Duelist Monk. Duelist Monk, one of the strongest classes in the game, and big shout out to the Grim short sword that I found in the sewers. That's helpful, really helpful. But yeah, thanks you guys, and thanks for watching this far, and don't forget to like. Bro, I was muted. No, I was muted. Sorry recording. I muted. I'm gonna have to record the voiceover and editing. Okay, well guys, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and do all the stuff, and thank you for watching the video.